Nigeria is the only country where we have a terrorist apologist
Yes, so
who comes on
It's
live
not just a
TV
terrorist, he's a
and
big
shows
boy.
himself.
It's not just a terrorist apology. He's a big boy. His son just got inaugurated this week in the Nigerian military. If army see and they check him well.
Shegumi.
Oh, now what for you? Army they respect Shegumi part Governor Sanwo-Olu.
Do you know that Shegumi, all of you see him as just Marabot that is talking? That guy has a PhD. Okay. That guy was a captain in Nigerian Army before. Okay. All you can accuse him of is sympathizing with them. That you can accuse Obi of sympathizing with IPOB.
But
Obi came on air. Wait,
was arrested
wait,
for
I'm coming to
something
Nnamdi.
No, let him finish.
No, wait. Peter Obi came on air. IPOB that has been declared as a terrorist organization by the Nigerian government have been gazetted like that, and he said they are not criminals. We're friends. We meet on the street. They didn't do anything. Peter Obi came on air and said he doesn't see any reason why they should prosecute Nnamdi Kanu. What has he done? Now, Nigerian government did not arrest Obi that you are an IPOB apologist. You understand? Because IPOB is actually a terrorist organization. You know how many people lost their life in the Southeast?
Okay.
Just 2 nights ago, some few weeks ago, 2 priests were killed. Even though, because it's happening in the Southeast, it will not trend. You guys will not talk about that. They were killed. And ESN came out and said, we killed them.
Okay.
And who settled ESN? Nnamdi Kanu.
Hello, guys. Welcome to a brand new episode of the LinkUp Podcast by Echo Room. My name is Folasade Abimbola, and with me, I have some pretty amazing people. First of all, let me introduce my co-hosts. The beautiful, the delectable, the radio goddess herself, now turned podcast goddess, Moet. Hey! Also with me, my other co-host, Mr. Coolcam Collected, the one that some blogs love to call BB Niger alumni. He hates that, by the way. Teddy, hey!
Thank you. I actually like the alumni part because, it's part of my story, but hey, we're here.
Okay, BB and alumni. Today, we're going to be talking about a really serious topic. It's called the state of Nigeria and the way forward. Let's go. Today, we have 2 guests with us, right? One is Mr. Shamsideen, or Prince Shamsideen Adeni, is an APC chieftain and is going to be weighing in on some of the conversations here today. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
Our other guest is actor, comedian, all-round creative guy, comedian Princewill. Welcome, and is an NDC member. So this is going to be a very, very interesting conversation.
Thank you so much.
All right, so I'm going to start with something that is a little bit sad. In fact, very, very sad. And this question actually goes to the APC chieftain in the house. Some children and students and teachers have just been abducted from Oyo State. And it's a very sad situation, but the government have not been able to get them out. What is the government doing to get these children out? Also, Nigerians don't really feel safe right now. Is this country actually safe for the rest of us who are still in our houses and going about our daily lives?
Okay, let me put this caveat emptor out. I'm not a PC spokesperson.
Okay.
I'm not the government spokesperson. I'm a member of APC. And I want to speak like a citizen, not as a politician this time around. What has happened in Oyo is an assault on humanity. It's an attack on our identity as Nigerians. It's a very sad thing. It rained overnight 2 days ago. When with so much wind gust, a storm. My mind went to those children. I saw my own child on my bed. I had to put the nets. I had to help him adjust his blanket. Then I remember there are some kids out there in the bush. 4 years old, 7 years. A baby of about 3 years there. That baby being bagged by that teacher. That's not, the teacher's kid. That was a nursery school student. They are in that forest with the mosquitoes, with animals, wild animals, with the thorns and the rain. It's on them. Their mothers, how do they sleep? How do the presidents sleep? Knowing fully well it's responsible for everybody.
Right.
Because the first right of government is life, security of life, and properties.
Yeah.
How would the governors sleep? It's a very tragic thing. But then we have to be cautious here. We have to be cautious not to let the enemy win. We have to be cautious the way we address this particular issue. I see a lot of Nigerians don't really get what is going on. We are under attack. Collectively as Nigerians, we are under siege. A siege of terrorists. But all of us want to actually take political mileage, social mileage out of it. I see people talking about the president should resign. I see people talking about, bandits are everywhere now and all those things. People thought this is a joke. It's not a joke. This is a very serious issue. We should not trivialize this. What we should demand from our Mr. President is this must not happen again. Not that we now go to the streets, I see political leaders talking about failure of governance. This terrorism didn't start yesterday. This assault on our collective humanity didn't start 2 days ago. It has been with us. We kept on, trivializing it. Everybody trying to say it's not me, it's this and all that. I saw a leader of a political party play to the gallery that people are now paying ransom. All of us should unite behind this president and let's vanquish it. Because let me tell you the truth. The next man that come in there, even if we vote this man out tomorrow, is not going to have a magic wand to stop this. We should be behind our military. They are there. They are fighting for this. You ask the question, what is the government doing? A lot. Security matters. You don't bring it to pages of newspapers. You don't discuss it on social media. Do you know, and I know this for a fact, 2 negotiators have been killed by these terrorists. They send them down to negotiate, they kill them. This terrorist has over 42 people. You can't attack them. Kinetic approach cannot happen. It's systematic anywhere in the world. When there's an hostage situation, it does not happen. It does not end within 24 hours. None of these children in that bush must die. We should all rally behind our president. For now, let's forget about party differences and pray for our country to heal. But what I would say as a citizen is that, Mr. President, you get these children out, and I know you will. Then go after these motherfuckers. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't use this on the podcast. And let's have retribution. To every Nigerian child kidnapped, over 1,000 of these idiots to be killed. Enough is enough. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. You've spoken well. I want to talk about retribution that you mentioned. And this is regarding the aspect of state policing. The president has mentioned that he would, introduce state policing. And this is a 3-part question. How come the president has not buckled down on every state mandating that state policing is mandatory? That's the first question. Secondly, you spoke about party politics. The politicking is still going on.
It is.
While these kids are being kidnapped,
Mm-hmm.
right? Thirdly, you mentioned America. America is a country that does not play with its citizens. Everyone knows this. There was a video of a popular activist. I don't want to mention his name on this podcast. He went to a state where bandits attacked the people in that community and mentioned that the military were actually guarding the bandits. Abacha mentioned something. I don't know if I should say this. However, I think it's pertinent to this conversation. Abacha said, if an insurgency lasts more than 24 hours, the government is not just aware, it's also involved.
Mm-hmm.
So, in all of these questions I've asked you, sir, what exactly is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu doing? State policing, getting back the girls, retribution is something you have harped on, which is a very, very important quote. What exactly is hidden about all of this?
Okay, I can say this because this is it's an open knowledge. we have to realize one thing. The issue of state police, beautiful idea, but it has its own problems. Don't forget, we are practicing federalism in Nigeria. We all believe this president is like a military president. No. He has limited powers. The states they're all, equal entity.
Okay.
The state and the federal. All right? Now, Mr. President cannot force down state police. He needs the National Assembly. Even if the National Assembly passed that law today, it still needs the concurrence of the third of the states.
Okay.
To pass it at their own houses of assembly. That's why you find it that difficult that to amend the constitution becomes a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And now Nigerian politicians are very funny. Everybody is clamoring for state police. One of the campaign promises of this president is state police.
Yeah.
All right? And when he came in there, we saw the moves. They actually sponsored an executive bill to have this happened. Some of the state, they asked them, okay, send memorandum. People are talking about, they were abusing, they would do this and all that. And they really wanted to get, do you know one of the issue of state police, one of the reasons why the former IG lost his job? He was against state police. And he was doing everything to frustrate it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even went in the open, in the lecture, and actually, campaigned against it, that it was not necessary.
Mm-hmm.
We should just equip our police and all that. But that is the agenda of Mr. President. He knew that every police and every issue of security is local. And I'll tell you why I said it. Let me just quickly answer this. So what happened? Some of the states have sent it their own memorandum. Some,
yeah.
like Oyo State, governor actually refused to send it.
He refused.
Yes. He said he doesn't believe in state police. And look at what happened now. He didn't send it. He came out openly and
despite having a Motekun.
Yes, he has a Motekun, but he didn't send any memorandum for state police. I'm coming. I know you're agitated.
No, we'll get to
Don't
worry,
we'll get to you.
because this is an opportunity for us to actually share
dialogue,
knowledge.
yes.
All right? So now the thing is dragging. But the question I want to ask, and I think that is where I will take it back to Mr. President, the APC dominate the National Assembly. Mm-hmm. They can get any law passed easily. Right now, the APC has over 30 governors. So the Houses of Assembly can easily pass this law.
Yes.
I think it's now a matter of political will to get this done.
Mm-hmm.
But while that is done, we have to understand the fact that when people say the president should call the governors, no. He has a limit. Somebody once told me, why is he giving them money when they are not doing anything with it? He can't do anything about it. They know their shares. He has to give it. Otherwise, he can be impeached. You understand? So that is that. Then the other question, the other issue you raised was can you refresh my memory?
I spoke about how an activist went to a state and people were...
Then he talked about, look.
The bandits there were being protected by the military.
Let me tell you something. In every organization, there are always bad eggs.
Okay.
Don't let us deceive ourselves. These people would have infiltrated our military. Just like our military do also infiltrate
their ranks.
Their ranks. You understand? Look, this is an asymmetric warfare. It is not like we're fighting Benin Republic, we're fighting Niger. Your enemy is actually one of the people working. Do you know one of them, one of the sponsors of kidnapping, was actually an essay to the governor of Katsina State. He resigned to contest House of Assembly. At the point of contest, a kidnap happened. They were able to catch these people and they led them to him. They found the motorbike they used for the kidnap in his house. He was a bandit. And the man is in government. So, unfortunately for us...
Has this man been prosecuted?
This is issue of corruption. No, of course, they have been arrested. The prosecution.
When it's time for
so let me quickly...
let me know when
then
I
you
can
talk about...
Don't worry, you will talk.
If you look at what this government has been doing, initially people were complaining that, this government is not... They even talk about Christian genocide, America is coming here, coming to bomb Nigeria and all that. But this government has been able to turn that threat around to become a solidarity. The Americans are here, helping our government to fight banditry. You remember one ISIS number 2 was caught in Borno State. And even yesterday, Mark Rubio in American Congress actually disclosed that they are in Nigeria cooperating with Nigerians to kill all these terrorists.
All right, sir.
You understand? That is to tell you this government has not only done what he has, equipped the military, he has actually sought help where it is necessary.
All right, sir. Let's go to Princewill. I know you have a lot to say, right?
Yeah.
I want to get your reaction from what he has said, and then we go to the idea of the government being involved in all of these terrorist attacks happening. Because I don't care about this whole so-called banditry. It's terrorism. That's what it is.
It is terrorism.
Okay, so APC will explain to us how this terrorism started. Because when we blame people for things that we created, Once upon a time, there was Goodluck Jonathan. An abduction happened in Chibok, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those students were less than 300. That was the only school abduction in the whole of PDP regime. APC took the matter to White House in America. That's how far they went with politics. In 3 years of Tinubu's administration, we've had 9 school abductions. 9. You are telling me we're politicizing it at 9? We have not even started politicizing things. If you could go to US White House for one, where would they have gone for 9?
Mm.
Now let's even move forward. The primary job of government is to protect lives and properties, not to win primary elections. These children were picked up. Tinubu first went to do his primary first. It took him 15 days before he decided to send the NSA and everybody to. How long did it take person to die again? As of yesterday, the first lady was sharing cars to APC women leader. Cars.
While all of this was going on.
As of yesterday, and you call yourself the mother of the nation, for Christ's sake. Some of us here are Yorubas. When people are dying in a compound, you don't celebrate. Unless you have a hand in it. So explain to me what the hell you are celebrating giving people cars when your children... Meanwhile, we're talking on yo. On that very day, there was the same thing in Bornu 40-something. They never they talk Bornu now because people are not talking about it. So you see this whole talk they are talking about Oyo State. It's eye service. If we did not talk about Oyo State, they will not talk about it. Let's move forward. How many times have we heard that a kidnap wants to happen? The community will tell military. Military will go there. Immediately the kidnap wants to happen, military will leave for the kidnap to happen. Do we really have military in this country? Are these some people who wear uniform, they lie for us? Because as a matter of fact, these military are protecting the terrorists more than they are protecting Nigerians. For Christ's sake, if you cannot protect Nigerians, just do 2 things for us. Take data of Nigerians, they give us guns. We can shoot it. So that if somebody shoot gun, if you say, okay, this gun belongs to Mr. Rashid, you will not let us have weapons legally. And you will not protect us. Meanwhile, Fulani headsmen and whatever it is they call them are having AK-47 in Nigeria. If you think I'm joking, my sister carry a pistol, they move from here to Ikeja. If you know good or die with hypertension. How some people say they get... You see, when you tell me that they move 200 people, it sounds like a mirage in my head. If you have done an event before, you know that the logistics to carry 30 people is a whole lot.
Yes.
Somebody move 400 people in Nigeria and we not see them. They are lying to us. They know where they did. Now let's go to Tuko, the former chief of army staff. Was on TV and they said, are you telling me the military cannot track bandits? Tuko said they can. That they have their reasons.
They have their reasons.
APC should explain the reasons to us why are dying. The problem is not that people are dying. The problem is that APC has a reason for letting them to die. That reason is what we're waiting for. For Christ's sake, this insecurity was the major highlight of removing PDP from power. They campaigned seriously with it. As useless as Buhari's administration was, the whole 8 years of Buhari's administration, 10 school abduction. Only 3 years of Tinubu, we have had 9. And he's telling me that he cannot control the Senate. If the president says that word again, there's no president in this country that have had control over the Senate like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In fact, the national anthem at the Senate now is on your mandate, we shall stand. If you want to borrow money today, he would not need to third of the house. He will get 100% of the house. So why is it to third of the house that is so hard to get when it comes to state policing? And let's be fair to Shea Makinde, although I don't really like him, he did not oppose state police. He opposed the method of it. That is what I'm still going to research. However, if the president wants to call state of emergency over wicked quarrel in River State, he could just decide that, oh yeah, call state of emergency for Oyo now. They moved in that's a military. Just now, because of Oyo, you're able to remove the governor, remove deputy, remove House of Assembly member, put in one naval officer to take charge, something we have never seen in Nigeria before. Can you pull that same stunts now? Your state, just give me back our children.
Yes. And
Okay. Do you want me to respond to that?
yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, let me quickly tell you this. See, it is normal. It is right. You are an NDC. It's your right.
Oh, sorry to cut you. I'm not even in NDC.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah,
said
I'm just
you are
close
NDC.
to them. So people
Okay,
think
you are
I'm a member.
you are close to
All right.
NDC, so it's your right actually to criticize the government of the day. But you see, my opening statement, and I want us to actually be conscious of this, is that look, if I'm in opposition, of course I will criticize this government. That is the job of opposition.
No, that's
wait.
the job of
Let
Nigerians.
me land. Look, when you say Nigerian, am I not a Nigerian?
Mm.
Am I not a
Sir,
Nigerian?
if I'm an APC member and they
Listen. Let's put it this way. I just said that, but I would rather you talk about other things, economic, not security issue. And I'll tell you why. Do you know why the issue of Chibok became an issue? The government was in denial. Not like this. Do you know these people that kidnap in Oyo, they are in Oyo, they couldn't leave. The moment that kidnapping happened, don't forget Oyo has Amotekun. The problem Oyo State has was Kwara. Kwara refused to have Amotekun because they said they are not Yorubas. The moment that kidnapping happened, the local government, they are in Old Oyo National Park. The moment it happened, they triggered the security system. They bugged them in. They know where they are as I speak with you. They couldn't leave. They refused to give them passage. And that was why they killed that man they killed first. As a threat. That if you come in, they know they've seen them. They know they'll come after them. If you come in here, we'll kill everybody one by one. And they slaughtered that man as a sample. You do watch movies sometime when somebody came on those stage. They say every 2 hours, you don't give us our demand, we kill one on stage. That was what they did to that guy. So as I speak with you, the government has them bottled. But now the conditions. They are not asking for money. I'm not at liberty to say this on air. They are not asking for money.
What are they asking for, sir?
No worry, I can tell you what they're asking for.
Well, I am not at liberty to say it.
No, it's already on air. It's on TV.
Listen, if I say it, I'm talking from position of knowledge. If you say it, you can deny it as a rumor.
The Assembly was asking that should we give them weapons? Should we change some laws in Oyo State if those are what they are asking for? If you are the governor, these are some things that.
Oh, it was
Master C.
There are something more specific that they're asking. That if they ask you, it's like a child asking you that, oh, daddy, for me to stop crying, you have to cut off your scrotum.
Master.
Anyway, I'll come to that. So what I want to tell you, why Chibok got escalated was because the government was in denial.
Denial is an understatement. This government is in more than denial.
Can you just let me land on this?
Okay.
That government was in denial. It was not taking any action. And because it was not taking action for many days, they were able to take those girls and disperse them. Till tomorrow, they've not seen all of them. But this government, it happened, they caged them.
How?
You understand? They caged them. They've not been able to take them away from Oyo State. But now, that government was in denial, and that was what happened. And you are saying that insecurity started under APC government. I beg to differ. You say me terrorism.
No, I won't tell you
said
what
terrorism
happened.
started with APC.
No,
it didn't start
you
with
need to
APC.
explain to us what is that. See,
Look,
I explained to
APC, listen, this thing, you see, the man will keep on saying APC, PDP. Do you know one thing for sure?
Okay.
There is no distinction. You guys on the street, you are seeing APC, PDP, politicians see themselves. The people you are in NDC today, they are either a PDP member or an APC member. And today they are in NDC, now they are saint. You are talking about Buratai. Buratai was chief of army staff for 6 years. This rubbish was spewing now. Why didn't you spew then? The only thing he went after was this man, Ezak.
Sorry, sir.
Kaduna.
Sorry.
That was the only person he was able to go after.
Sorry, sir.
And now he came on national TV and was saying, we know where they are.
Sorry.
For even saying that, for God's sake, he's supposed to be picked.
No, in
Because if you know
where they are.
he knew the situation.
The issue, sir, hold on. So most times, APC teams were attacking them. For Christ's sake.
You are being sentimental.
No,
you are using emotions.
Lagos State is an APC member.
Yes.
The governor of my state, Delta State, is an APC member. I always point at Lagos State as an example to Delta State. So if you do the right thing, it's not because you are APC or not. Now let's point some things out. Denial is even good. All of us are against PDP. Now denial is good. Because if you thief that lady phone, you can't say no be me thief am, at least you dey thief her high. What if you thief and drop her here and say nothing?
No, don't get me wrong.
Coming,
The word denial I used
coming.
here, the word denial was not meant. What I meant that when I said they were in denial,
They're
the
not
government did not believe that it happened.
Now they tell you
And that was why they took those girls
wait.
away.
The
Because
man
that
wey
government
put
has
us-
checked its
I'm
responsibility.
coming, sir. The man where even to say no happen. At least he won't hide something. This administration is not hiding it. In the military, Nigerian military, there's a department called Operation Safe Haven. Do you know what they do?
What do
What
they
do
do?
They use your money to take care of these same bandits.
Before you go any further, I want to say something. Nigeria is the only country where we have a terrorist apologist
Yes, so
Yeah.
who comes on
It's
live
not just a
TV
terrorist, it's a
and
big
shows
boy.
him safe.
It's not just a terrorist apology. It's a big boy. His son just got inaugurated into the Nigerian military. If I'm missing and they check him well.
Shegumi.
Oh, now what for you? I mean, the respect Gumi Park Governor Sanwo-Olu.
So what is the government? Why is the government allowing someone like him speak
Why does he
on
have
behalf
that
of
power?
terrorists?
We need to explain to us the definition
Okay,
of
let
this
me
thing
quickly
according
let me
to
quickly
terrorism.
address that issue of
Okay.
shame.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
You see, I'm sorry. The way I will handle this thing is not going to be emotions.
Okay,
I'll be speaking from position of facts
no
and
problem.
knowledge.
No problem.
So it will be different, a bit different from somebody that just wanted to speak because that is what is going on the street.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't engage in such because of some position I've occupied in the past.
Okay.
I have to be responsible. Everything I say is something I can take to the bank.
Okay.
And there are some things that cannot be said on air.
Okay.
We are talking about sponsorship of terrorism. It's bigger than Nigeria.
Okay. Okay.
It's bigger than, when we are offline, I can tell you something.
Yes.
It's bigger than Nigeria.
Yes.
And everybody knows. The only way we can stop it is if all Nigerians now decide to stand together against it. Because they have internal collaborators. You think Soros is being sponsored from within Nigeria? Don't let us go into that. We'll come back to that. So now you are talking about Sheikh Gumi.
Mm-hmm.
You say in this country, there's something you call freedom of speech.
Okay.
Where does that
Now
end?
let me explain it to you. Do you know that Sheikh Gumi, all of you see him as just Marabot that is talking? That guy has a PhD.
Okay.
That guy was a captain in Nigerian Army before.
Okay.
So the guy is very deliberate and very, very... Do you know how many times he has been invited by DSS? He was against Buhari government, very much against Buhari government. He was actually team up with Atiku to work against Buhari, but they were unable to pick him.
Wow.
Because the guy is very sensitive. He knew, when he couched his words, all you can accuse him of is sympathizing with them. That you can accuse Obi of sympathizing with IPOB.
But
Obi came on air.
Nnamdi
Wait,
Kanu was
IPOB,
arrested
wait,
for
I'm coming to
something
Nnamdi
No,
Kanu.
wait, to let him finish.
Wait. Peter Obi came on air. IPOB that has been declared as a terrorist organization by Nigerian government have been gazetted like that, and he said they are not criminals. We're friends. We meet on the street. They didn't do anything. Peter Obi came on air and said he doesn't see any reason why they should prosecute Nnamdi Kanu. What has he done? Now, Nigerian government did not arrest Obi that you are an IPOB apologist. You understand? Because IPOB is actually a terrorist organization. You know how many people lost their life in the Southeast?
Okay.
Just 2 nights ago, some few weeks ago, 2 priests were killed. Even though, because it's happening in the Southeast, it will not trend. You guys will not talk about that. They were killed. And ESN came out and said, we killed them.
Okay.
And who settled ESN? Nnamdi Kanu. And Obi said that IPOB, they are not terrorists. And nobody arrested Obi. Because you can't accuse him of being an IPOB member. He only said they are not, it's his opinion. We know it's an apologist of IPOB. But as the government arrested him, Sheikh Gumi said everything he said about the Fulani bandits. That they are victims too because their cows have been taken. That's what they turned them to banditry. That government should dialogue with them. That is his own opinion. Government has actually dialogued with criminals before in Nigeria. But those criminals we dialogue with them are ideological criminals. The people that are fighting in the South, they are ideological. They wanted a safe environment for their people. But these ones are pure criminals. They are terrorists and they should be treated as such. Okay? But do you want to start pursuing a Sheikh Gumi that expressed an oppression? By the time you take him to court, what are you going to charge him for?
Okay.
Because when they take him to court now, they say, our government, you see now, they are just arresting everybody that talks.
Okay.
See, let me tell you, do you know a lot of insult that young people are passing on the president every day in Nigeria? Do you see them, anybody being arrested? They only arrest you when you use when you now come up with fake news. If you abuse the president tomorrow, nobody will arrest you. But the moment you now say something that is not true, and you push it on the air and say it's true, you understand? That is when you can be arrested.
Oh, sorry, sir. But sorry, sir. Sheikh Gumi is asking and demanding and sympathizing with them,
and
stating
negotiating on behalf.
He has never been a negotiator.
Hold on, sir. Stating that they should be reinstated into the Nigerian army and the society.
He said reinstate them. Look, even criminals that have been jailed, people still talk about rehabilitation.
Wow.
That is his opinion. It doesn't mean the government is going to take.
What are your thoughts on this?
Okay. Number one, Sheikh Gumi agrees that he's a negotiator. You are the only person defending Sheikh Gumi now.
No, he has never been a negotiator.
You can show me where Obi
said. Show me when
you say I don't want to make it.
He has gone to the camp to meet them before when they started to go and listen to them. No, he was not negotiating. He was going on his own, not sponsored by government, not by anybody. He said
to meet IPOB.
Look, we are not. Look, you don't get it. Look, don't get emotional about this. Look. It's just for checking now. See, if I tell you something, it's based on knowledge.
You know when you were talking, we waited for you to finish.
Okay, please go ahead.
Please go ahead. Shebina just talk. Sheikh Gumi talk. We did not see him do anything.
You mean Obi?
Sheikh Gumi, now they said he's just sympathizing and it's not a crime according to our constitution. What did Nnamdi Kanu do again? Did we see him we gone?
Oh, then I can tell you what Nnamdi Kanu did.
When I'm done. I'm coming. Inside this country, there's a man that went to meet Tinubu in Aso Rock, a full-blown APC supporter. His name is Asari Dokumbo. He carried gun for video. He carried him. He's still there. Nobody arrested him. Sheikh Gumi is here every day telling us that this bandit did not do anything wrong. That they are just killing children because they don't want to kill this. They are killing this because they don't want to kill this. In fact, in the Saudi Arabia where Islam came from, Sheikh Gumi is no longer allowed. He has been, they're deported. Sheikh Gumi cannot, but in Nigeria, He has unnecessary freedom of speech. That's all right. Can we let Nnamdi Kanu go to? He has freedom of speech.
Okay, now you want to talk about Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is not just a terrorist, he's a criminal. And he owns up to it. And I'll give you instances. I tell you, I speak from facts. Nnamdi Kanu made a radio broadcast
And said,
killed policemen and
can you
cut
show
off-
me a video
No,
of
of
this?
course I can. I have them.
You don't have a video. You
I
have
do.
an
I
audio
have
recording.
the audio which he never denied
Beautiful.
when it was played to him in the court. He never denied that.
Nnamdi
He
Kanu
made
did
that
not.
broadcast.
Nnamdi Kanu
He
did
didn't
not-
deny it.
Nnamdi Kanu not take
Look,
the
I'm
defense
not
in his
talking. Look,
case.
this is not about Nnamdi Kanu. He's in jail. Let the court decide this matter. Whatever we are talking about him,
So we
it's
have
not gonna happen
selective
now.
justice.
No,
in
he's
Nigeria.
already in jail. Go to court and then prove him wrong.
It is the same
Go and
English
prove he's
APC
innocent.
knows how to speak. Go
A
to
man
court.
that during the answers in Lagos, this is a man that was telling his supporters to go and burn this.
Can
go
you
and burn
show
that
me a video
assassin.
of that?
There is a recording audio.
You don't. I'm audio
Must everything
recording.
be? Oh, okay. Everything must be video.
Listen.
What are you talking about? So if he doesn't do a video, if he doesn't do a video, doesn't mean he has not said it.
In court of law, there's something called you. We prove him.
He didn't deny it. It was proven. It
I'm
was shown to
calling
him
you,
in the
not
court,
you.
and he didn't deny
Can we
it.
be civil so that we get
So why are you
ourselves?
denying it here?
Can we get ourselves?
Yes.
In the court of law, there's something called you must prove and prove beyond every reasonable doubt.
Which has been done.
You don't show me one audio and tell me Nnamdi Kanu
They
and
are-
I have
they-
to
they
buy.
have more than 10
Meanwhile, I
they have more than 15 audios
I have
for
a
you.
video of somebody justifying the killing of military men in this country.
Who was that?
Say Gumi!
Justifying or ordering the killing.
Boss, see.
Look, you are just justifying.
Master,
Wait,
master,
please, let me
master,
quickly say something.
master.
Just now,
All what
you
we
are
are
just
telling
you are
you,
justifying
all what we are
you are
telling-
justifying the
All
innocence.
what we are telling a PC government to do
Mm.
is to stop allowing Nigerians die while they party. If they cannot do that, you will need. Stop explaining problem to me. If I employ you here to fix this light, your job is to make that light on. Don't come here and explain to me why the light is not on. I know why. And every time when we point things to APC, they remind us of PDP. I thought we all agreed that the PDP government was bad. So when I come now and I'm telling me to come and I was somehow chief of. We all agree they did not do their job well. Can you not do your own well? It's as simple as APC.
Which they are already doing.
Which one? The children in Borno or the one in Oyo
Now.
or the one in Kwara? Or in fact, in this country today, generals are already being kidnapped. Do you even know what that means?
A general was killed.
They just pick one with his wife just that. We're not able to talk. Meanwhile, the Nigerian army first denied that anything happened to the general that was killed. If generals are being kidnapped, then who will be now? That are the guy will get back up. Then who am I? Just now we are talking, it was happening in the north of our president, in which Kwara. We say Kwara said they're not Yoruba State, they're not Ojo and Moteku. He don't enter Ondo, at least Ondo and Yoruba State. We are talking about Oyo. How far is Lagos from Ibadan again? We are joking now. We are still sharing cars. They are telling you that it's in a vision, major commercial capital. They are sharing cars.
Let's
Okay,
let's- sorry, sir,
no,
sir.
I just want
Let's
to
go
do
on
a
the
little
break,
bit
sir.
rephrase,
We'll
a
come
little
back,
bit
sir.
rephrase of that so that I don't lose my train of thought.
All right, go
Now,
ahead.
let me quickly tell you another thing. You see, there will be crime in every country.
Oh, God.
Can you please let me land? But what is the duty of the government? Reduce crime. I've never seen a government that say, I will eradicate crime.
How
It's
come
not
it's
for that.
increasing in
Now,
this
let me give you an
administration?
example. Please, let me give you an example. As sophisticated as America is, there are school killings. It
Okay.
has been happening in America for donkey years.
Okay.
And it's still happening.
Okay.
Why has it been able to stop? With all the CCTV, everything, people still enter schools and kill people. More than 365 school killings occurred in America last year. I don't know how many will happen this year. I pray it doesn't happen. But it happens. So that is to tell you, as you are making effort, some people are bent in committing crime. When they were shooting armed robbers at Bar Beach then, while they are shooting and people are watching, somebody will still be pickpocketing. Seeing being a thief is being killed, being shot, and somebody is still pickpocketing.
I think
That is to tell you all these things are endemic. Now, where I want to go is this. You see, the moment you allow government to shut down because of terrorism, the terrorists have won. You don't shut down governments. You don't shut down activities because that is what they want you to do. They want to bog you down. So while you are fighting it, doesn't mean that every other thing has to stop.
Okay.
All right.
The
sir.
fact that you are
Give me 30
mourning,
seconds,
the fact that a child dies in the house does not mean the adults in the house will not eat.
Eh,
It doesn't
Papa,
mean they will not eat because they will die.
Papa, thank God so you be APC member so that they hear you. I think you people are missing it. You think we are fighting you. We are not telling you you must beat the terrorism by all means. We say walk.
And,
I'm coming.
that is what this government is already doing.
I'm coming. Which one? The one that is sharing cars when people.
What are you talking about sharing cars? A meeting. Look,
I'm coming.
because the way you are putting it out, and that is very normal with most of you social media.
30
before you answer me.
30 seconds, sir.
Because we are talking about sharing cars. What happened?
You
Just
see the
put it in
problem
the right
with this,
context.
they hear us.
Put it in the
When
right
they talk
context.
past us.
We hear
And
you
the
because most
followers,
of the time you don't make sense.
Leaders listen to followers.
But
All right, we're gonna go on a break.
No.
We're gonna go on a break. No. We're gonna go on a break, please. We're gonna go on a break.
What a hot
Let's calm the atmosphere down.
Down.
All right. We know this is all emotional. Nigeria is on a hot seat. Right? We are sitting on a kettle of fire, keg of fire. Right? Now, this is the link up. If you'd love to be a part of this show, be a guest, be a sponsor, send us an email to the details at the bottom of your screen. We're going to come back to this, okay? I know it's all emotional, but let's move on to something else
Yes.
so we can simmer down a
absolutely.
bit.
I agree.
Let's talk about debt
Yes.
under this administration. I'm going to read a quote, right? This is from the cable TV and channels TV. Tinubu says, if we have to borrow money, we'll borrow.
Okay.
Borrowing is not a leprosy. We just have to work hard to be able to pay for it. This is a quote by the president. He said, while explaining, he said, borrowing is a tool for building infrastructure and development as long as there's discipline to pay back. And now I'm going to say more about what we found out. Nigeria's debt under President Tinubu, when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu took office in May 2023, was 87 trillion naira. By December 2025, official figures had risen to 159.28 trillion naira. That's an increase of about 72 trillion naira. The current
74.
debt breakdown as at December 2025, the total debt is 159.28 trillion. Domestic debt, 84.85 trillion. External debt, borrowed from foreign lenders, 74.43 trillion.
Naira.
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 I'm gonna go to Princewill because he's been simmering. Princewill,
Sir,
what are your thoughts on all of this?
the president just needs money to buy cars for the APC leaders' estates and take care of their families and all. They're not borrowing those money from Nigerians. Now, we have a country, right? We export crude oil and then we import fuel. Now, fuel was more expensive than what we were buying it. So the former government was borrowing money to pay on our behalf. So let's say fuel is 500 and the government thinks you cannot buy fuel for 500. So they say buy it for 150. We'll pay 350. That was what they call subsidy. So government was borrowing that money to pay for it. They're paying for light, they're paying for fuel. And now you come and you tell us, first and foremost, that thing was not even in his speech. It was an ad lib. He just said it that day. Now you said it, we agreed with you. We are remove it so that we'll not need to be borrowing this money again. Ngwan, what are you still borrowing money for? As I'm talking to you now, the price of crude oil rose up during this war between America and Iran. Nigeria was making more money. The country was making more money. We Nigerians, we were buying fuel more expensive. So while we were crying, our government was balling. Ngwan, what are you doing with this money? And when we say we don't have the money, did you hear on the news recently that the people who call themselves Progressive Governors Forum gathered 800 billion since the day Tinubu entered it today? They are gathering the money for Tinubu's next election. For context, the total budget of Nigeria's health is half of 800 billion. Can the president, who calls himself an economic chairman, explain to me what he's actually using this money for? I really do not understand.
Sir, what are your thoughts on
I need
this?
to speak to that now. Okay. Like I said, I'll speak from position of knowledge and facts. Every government all over the world borrows. If you don't borrow for consumption, then it is good credit.
Okay.
Now, as we speak, we all want to make a sample of Egypt and South Africa.
Yes.
As I speak, South Africa external borrowing is over $200 billion. Their
Okay.
GDP is half of that.
But
understand?
people would.
Wait, let me come down, please. Okay, same thing with Egypt. GDP to borrowing of South Africa external is about 135%. That is 135% above the GDP. Egypt is about 100% above GDP. Nigeria external borrowing is $52 billion, which is just 35% of our GDP. America is over 100 and something percent. It's almost 1,000% of the GDP.
Yes.
Yeah. Every advanced economy, every country that has developed, borrow.
You mentioned advanced, though. You mentioned advanced.
Or growing economy. If you look at Japan, even China, their borrowing is over 85% to their GDP. And that is why Nigeria has room for borrowing. But what has happened in the past? They will borrow this money and then misapply it. They will borrow money for constructing a road from point A to B. They now say, point C road has gone bad. Let's go and repair that road. From there, misappropriation. And all those debts are met. You see, it's very easy, very romantic to say, Tinubu borrowed trillions. What I wanted to tell you is to convert those trillions to dollars.
Okay.
He has actually reduced
I knew it was coming
the total money borrowed by this government. He has actually reduced it. Then you talk about, after all, we are selling crude oil. We have stopped subsidy. Why are we borrowing? Do you know before this government comes in, we are using 97% of our total earning, right? To service debt. Not to pay the debt, just to service. Nigeria was having 10 trillion naira revenue. Servicing of debt alone is about 8.5 trillion. Subsidy last year budget, I'm talking about 2023 budget, subsidy was 6 trillion. And then paying overheads is almost 9 trillion. So where are you going to get that money? This country was at an edge of collapse, total collapse, when this man came in. He's an economist. We know he's going to do it. If you look at the macroeconomic indices of Nigeria, Nigeria is stable now. And that is why you saw Shell coming back.
According to?
Yes, Shell.
According to God bless you.
No, we have gotten a lot of validation for that.
From who?
I'll tell you. If we are
talking back at IMF, please.
No, okay, we are going to talk about it because that is the benchmark. Then you talk about all this.
Fair enough.
You talk about all this rating agency, Moody and Paul. The rating of Nigeria has gone up. Look, that one is not about how much is bread, how much. No, that one is how countries are being rated. And do you know how that affects you?
Yes.
Because I'll tell you how it affects you. Maybe not at this level.
Okay.
But how it affects you, I'll tell you. Do you know your external reserve depends is the health of your economy.
Okay.
And that will determine if you are getting loan, the interest they are going to give you. Outside Nigeria. Can you let me just land?
Okay.
This time around, I'm not talking about Naira and Kobo, how much is a bag of rice. I'm talking about economy. And the macroeconomy, when you have a country you want to fix, first you fix the macroeconomic indices, the inflation rate, you try to bring it down. You understand? You talk about inflation, you talk about all these things I'm mentioning about. So, and that is what this government has been able to do and has been attested by all rating agencies. And apart from that, Shell left Nigeria during Buhari regime.
Yeah.
All right? Shell came back to Nigeria recently. And they met with the president and said, we have looked at what is going on in Nigeria. We've seen the foundation being put. We are putting $20 billion investment in Nigeria. When they put a $20 billion investment, it's not because of tomorrow. Shell is already looking forward that with the foundation this man is saying, the next 10 years we are safe.
Yeah.
And that is a validation. Somebody told me, ShopRite left. ShopRite left, Carrefour came in. Carrefour is a France supermarket chain. If they don't believe in Nigeria, would they come? All these things are happening already.
Okay.
And then the economy is the health of the. But what most Nigerians are talking about is the microeconomic indices.
Okay.
How has this thing dovetail into people's pocket, into cost of living? And that is where I'm going. And that's why I said, don't let us be emotional. The macro and microeconomic indices of Nigeria was very bad before.
Okay.
Now macroeconomic indices is getting up. I mean, it's good now, and that is the rating.
Okay.
Meanwhile, micro has started improving. And that's why you saw that bags of rice dropped. The price of bag of rice dropped. It hasn't gone up. All right? If you look at so many other foodstuffs, they are dropping. But why they have not dropped drastically was because of what happened with Iran and America. That's what is creating problem for Nigeria now.
Okay. War.
Almost 6 months ago, our inflation rate has dropped from 34% to 14.6%.
Wow.
And what was the target of the government? Single-digit inflation.
So
and all of a sudden, America attacked Iran.
Sorry, sir. Who is giving us these numbers of 34?
Let me tell you something. The same people you quote, the MBIS and the NIBSS and the international rating.
You see those men, people that...
Look, those people are not people like you. You big figure you cannot defend. These people don't speak, they speak to
that's
facts.
what we're saying.
That
They've
is
been giving you
Bloomberg.
figures since I've been dying the more. Because their figures is coming from a place of madness. Sir.
No, at your level of discussion. At your level of
Papa, I'm a Nigerian, so I'm speaking for Nigerians. I don't know people like big English, sir.
You are not speaking for Nigeria. You are speaking for some lazy youth that very lazy not to be able to do
We
research.
agree. We are going
They don't want to do research. You just want to believe. You just want to believe what you believe.
You see,
You just want to believe what you believe.
Once
you give you facts, you start getting out.
Papa,
Right,
we
sir.
have heard your facts.
Let's hear Princewill.
Okay.
Okay.
What is your fact?
God bless you. This is water. You will not need to explain to me that I am not dehydrated. If I dehydrated, I know.
Yeah.
Impact is not explained, it is felt. You don't come here and tell me that according to World Bank and IMF, inflation, my bad, they buy beans. And if inflation drop, I know. Everybody in this house, they pay rent. Sir, did your rent drop by 34%?
As your bag of beans dropped, as beans dropped,
Papa, I dey come. If you just wait. Bros, if the time you enter this room, the temperature of this room was 14, you can't enter, you can't carry and go 30. Then later, you can't drop back to 20. You can't tell me, say it drop. Baba, did it drop? It was 14 before you entered. How much was bag of rice before you entered? I'm coming, know. How much was unilateral school fee before you entered? How much was light before you entered? You came here and gave me one big English. Explain that it's macro, band A, band B, band C. And increase my light bill. Today, my light is back to the same standard and I'm paying higher. And you explain to me that World Bank and IMF, for God's sake, World Bank and IMF does not enter bus from Ojuo Elegba to K2 for 2.5. This is real life indices we're talking about here. I know people who send their children to school by frying a car. You fry a car today, may you send one go to school. But it will tell you this whole explanation. It is trickling down when we see the lives of politicians. How come we don't feel it for we? Because the man at the Senate has gotten a better car, higher pay. Why is my salary still 70,000?
The same.
Explain to me why when I was earning 15,000, I could do better than when I was earning 75,000. In 2010, my fee to anchor an event was 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira at that time was almost $300. Today I'm collecting 500,000 and I cannot do what I was doing with 50,000. Then when we come to dollar, every time we talk about this loan, they will say calculate it in dollar, you find that it's the same. But the president is always quick to tell us that he has given the governors more money. Can we calculate that one in dollars too? Let's know if he's giving them more money. Because if we run the maths by dollar, he's actually giving them less. When you came into power, dollar was around 600 naira. So you get $1 million, it's 600 million naira.
Yeah.
So you give a governor $600 million. 600 million naira. It was $1 million. Today you are giving that same governor $1 billion. It's not even up to $1 million again. From there, they still get where they gather for your next election. So that money you're lying to us that you're giving to my governors, some of them was actually your money. For your next election. The wife of the president was telling the governors in our president before us, buy motor for APC women leaders. For the same money they give me, still take off states. You don't collect some for your husband election. You don't collect another one for APC women leader, this thing. Which other one you don't also collect for your guys? You see, the president has just one job: protect my lives and property before you even fight economics. It's a living thing that we enjoy economy. After we did die, you are telling me you are fighting economies that we cannot even see. Can you stop lives in Oyo State from being killed? The ones in Borno, the one in Kwai. In fact, as of today, I'm not sure there's any state, apart from South, when everybody's have issued gun, in case you want mad. I'm not sure there's any state in both Southwest, Southeast, Southwest, in the Northern region and Southwest that have not had a school kidnap. And you're explaining to me that IMF is telling you one rubbish. I don't know who those IMF are, but we ask ourselves who benefits from this nonsense in Nigeria. These same people that have the World Bank, these same people, every nonsense that happens here favor them. Now you say you need more money. Why are you even taking away my subsidy? The country is a family. You are the father, right? She's the mother. We are children. So you are the president. She's the Senate president. We are the other states. If you need to pay our school fee, you go look, waiting day. Where the family fit make money now. We check that we have land, we can plant. We have somebody that can sow, we can export and sell to other people. You refuse to look at those things. You started taxing all of us that did not even have in the first place. And you say you are a smart economist. Nigeria has limestone. There's something called bitumen. It's used to tar road.
Lithium.
We have bitumen. Bitumen is used to tar road. We have the second highest reserve of bitumen on earth. We are still importing this. We have something called natural gas. I think we're the fourth highest reserve. The president is not even thinking in that light. Is that they will collect tax and tax and tax. In fact, somebody who said is an economist was talking about taxing Ashawo, and he thinks he has sense.
Princewill, I'm going to caveat into your party affiliation, which is NDC, right?
NDC, yes.
Plateau State currently, as far as I know, you guys can fact check me on this, but currently sits on nuclear energy,
Beautiful.
right? Which for me would be one of the reasons.
That's where America they fight Iran for. They call it uranium.
Uranium.
Not
Uranium.
many will get for you.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes. So Plateau State sits on nuclear energy, which means we can power the country
With nuclear energy.
with nuclear energy.
Yes.
And we see what is happening in Plateau State with all the killings and all of that, which, I mean, I'm not saying it is politically, but we know what's happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
NDC right now, Peter Obi, I'm going to speak about Peter Obi.
Okay.
Peter Obi has spoken about moving Nigeria from consumption to production.
Production.
Is he really the right person? Because we see all the confusion happening around his own party.
Okay.
It doesn't even seem stable.
Yep.
So even if we as the youth or Nigerians are looking to a savior, to somebody who's going to save the nation, it doesn't look like he has his house in order.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on this?
Beautiful. So you see, there's a limit. You see, in a compound of 6 flats, and you live in 1 flat, there's a limit to how you want to put that compound in order or that house in order.
Please explain that.
Beautiful. So when you dey rent house, we get blocks of flats. You get the things you go do. You get the one way landlord supposed to do.
Yeah.
So once the main decking has problem, there's nothing the father wants to do about it.
I don't get your analogy.
Beautiful. You see this compound now, we get downstairs, we get upstairs. Imagine you rent this room. If the toilet get problem, you can change it.
Yes.
But what if the water they come from this decking? What do
Okay.
you do?
Okay.
You need a landlord, Abi. We have a president in this country who told somebody live on camera that we send you to go and scatter them. It's the landlord that's actually scattering the decking.
So you're saying this is an infiltration case?
Well, we all know once. See, since Obi left Labour Party, do you hear anybody called around Babi again? And la media papa. He has gone to a land of no return. Since he commanded NDC, do you hear quarrel again? The only luck he has is that he entered NDC when registration was about to close for INEC. Where they also dropped that this. If not by now, wow, the president is more interested in scattering anywhere he goes to.
In the opposition,
But
that's what you
that's
mean.
the country.
That's you talking about the president. What about Peter Obi himself?
Okay.
Because hold on, it seems to have an issue with actually doing primaries.
Yes.
And that's why it goes from one party to
the other.
another, to another, to another.
Okay.
If you cannot do primaries. Also, another thing is that it's always, when there's trouble, he runs away. Plenty trouble in Nigeria. How is he going to handle all of that?
Okay.
If you cannot handle ordinary party crisis? As far as I'm concerned, if you're saying that someone is trying to scatter your party and that's why you are always leaving, it's a bit of a red flag for me.
Okay.
What do you have to say to that?
Okay, beautiful. Before I talk about the red flag of someone always trying to scatter a party, let me talk about primaries. There's one factor in all the primaries he has run away from. There's somebody's name that's always coming up.
Who?
Have you noticed it?
No.
Atiku Abubakar, he was there for PDP, he was there. There is always an Atiku Abubakar. Obi did not leave Labour because of primary.
Why did he leave?
He left Labour because Abure say no go come out as chairman. That's not primary. We have not even reached buying form for presidency when he left Labour. There is always an Atiku and let me shock you. If Atiku follow Tinubu contest primary today, Atiku will win. He's a professional primary contestant. And you see, if I cannot fight in a particular setting, I can walk away. If I dare where everybody they do juju, they kill each other, and I not sabi do juju, I will find where they go church go. And they come, my sisters. You feel decide to stay, me you go Ilala. Me I not feel stay there go Ilala. I go where I sabi go. Boss, my dear.
If he become president of Nigeria,
Is this how he
It's
Because
like
there's
asking the
that
going somewhere.
It's like asking the
There's that
tenant. It's like asking the tenant in that compound that if he become the landlord, Shey go leave that place. At that time, he don't get authority to handle that crack. This thing. Now that's what
from
brings
clap. Now from
Princewill.
clap, then they
And then
enter
come we are talking about
down.
primaries.
He was learning with his
Yeah.
question.
Talk about primaries.
Right.
Now the next question was about. I don't forget the next question.
Why is he always moving from one party to another?
Why is he
You
always
said
running?
because of
Beautiful.
Atiku.
See, I've only met Peter Obi twice.
Okay.
Right. And when the man talked, I understood that very day that I was going to leave the ADC. Obi knew that he was going to leave the ADC. For
Why did you
me.
go
Why
there in
did-
the first instance?
Is how you the economic politics, have
Bad judgments.
So when they write exam, you get the way somebody go they copy your work. You know, say the person they copy your work, you leave and make the right. When they call say 10 minutes to go, you call tear that paper, start afresh. You know who tell me my strategy. I come out Abi.
Yeah.
APC. Why it take concern una say the man come out party to
But
party?
me, I no be APC. I'm asking as
you
a
as
Nigerian. I'm asking
God
as a
bless you.
Nigerian.
I know because APC shout pass when you come out.
And even
Very
aside
good.
that,
As a Nigerian, I'm
always
answering you
wanting
now.
automatic.
I'm answering you now.
Okay.
You have your right to say that is wrong. There are things
I'm not even saying it's wrong.
I'm coming. I'm not
asking
saying you're
why.
saying. I'm explaining. This my why now. This my reason to why might not make sense to another person, and the person
Okay.
is entitled to their opinion. There are things that Obi has done that does not make sense to me.
Okay.
But I'm also entitled to my opinion. If you ask me, go to the ADC in the first place. Does not make sense to me. In fact, this NDC, when you even go now, it still does not make sense to me. But it is his personal political race. If not the one way concern my state and my state money, this fight's no go funny. But that is his personal political race.
Okay.
And he would take his decision based on his personal political race. We believe that he knows exactly when to move from the ADC and enter the NDC and nobody can scatter it. And then as much as I did not agree, it's worked perfectly.
So it was a vehicle.
Can I speak to this?
Yes, sir.
Because this actually concerns me. Because if you are projecting somebody to become Nigeria president,
Yes.
and somebody that cannot handle an ordinary party crisis, I don't know how he's going to handle banditry and terrorism and external forces attacking Nigeria. Anyway, let's quickly say something. You said something now that I want to fact check you.
Okay.
Atiku have actually lost a primary. He lost a primary to Muhammadu Buhari when APC was formed. You know, Atiku came back to APC
Okay.
to look for tickets.
Yes.
Atiku and Obi are just journeymen, always looking for ready-made food. Tinubu built his own party. Seriake Dixon built a party that Obi now went and started putting his hand at the back, talking to Seriake Dixon, a governor after he had been a governor for 8 years.
Okay.
All right? But Obi is not somebody that can build anything. If you look at his life, he doesn't build.
Wow.
The only business you will relate to Obi is supermarket.
It's more than that now. Can I
Wait,
be counting?
can I
Fidelity Bank?
Please, let me just
I do
tell you.
electricity.
Let me tell Fidelity Bank, he bought into it.
And he gets
Share.
business.
Somebody will build, Obi will come in. Supermarket is the easiest thing to just buy.
I know which one
wait
people don't
now.
build.
Look, you talked. You know I allowed
Okay,
you to
sir,
talk
sorry,
because
no,
you are
no.
accusing me.
Papa, no,
I didn't allow you to
fire
talk.
down. Shoot.
You see, now, somebody that talk about consumption to production, ask him, what have you ever produced? The biggest consumption merchant is talking about consumption to production. And one thing that baffles me, I don't know how he did it. Why does he have this cult following? Because to me, with all sense of respect, I can't pinpoint Obi's words on any policy.
Okay.
No policy statement that you can ascribe to him. That's okay, he said it. Only I will leave Nigeria from consumption to production. Tell him how. Don't worry, let's get there. I saw this man in an interview when somebody asked him, we've not seen your manifesto. He said it's not necessary. Is it manifesto that matter? Or when I get there, he said, but we need some documents. There is all these documents.
Pinpoint.
Until
Policy. No
his
forget.
party later now quickly couple of. If you ask him now what's his manifesto, he doesn't know. Do you know after he left ADC, one of the ADC spokesperson said, Obi does not even know ADC manifesto. Obi doesn't have manifesto. Obi just wants to be president and he believes he's entitled because he's the purest man in Nigeria. Now, let me quickly tell you, it was a lack of good judgment for him to have gone to ADC. Somebody that can make such a monumental error cannot be entrusted with the destiny of over 200 million Nigerians.
Okay.
And let me tell you, do you know this NDC una day? Now by court order.
I not deal.
Okay, that you are sympathizing. NDC is not a party. As in terms of registration, NDC is a creation of the court. So if tomorrow the court takes away that creation, don't shout Tinubu.
Please,
This is
sir, explain
On the
that.
INEC website, NDC chairman, they put it there by court order. NDC,
Baba,
go and check it.
you said-
NDC secretary, court order.
Please, can we
Everything.
pass
And this is a party by registration.
By court order.
Are you talking about the
And that was
chairman
why
of
the
registration?
man promoting this guy Ado said he's going to court because NDC was not part of the registration process.
Okay, so Papa, when you reach that
Now,
time,
wait, I'm just saying it. No, you see, that's just a notice. I'm putting on tomorrow. I don't want to hear Tinubu. And now we've seen how NDC conducted his primary. Thank God, Aisha Yusuf, it was one INEC. Otherwise, they were such Tinubu. They carry everybody go.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
They wrote the list. The same thing these people will come and criticize in the APC tomorrow. They wrote the list and everybody, because a bill only fight for himself, he doesn't care about anybody. And that's why you will never see anybody, except Valentine Obinya, that was his bad man, that came when he served as governor for 8 years. You won't see any commissioner that served with Obi. You will see Tinubu's men since how many years ago?
It has also been said that.
So, I just
So
want to
what I'm
say-
just telling you indirectly, my brother, among all the presidential aspirants, now we have presidential candidates, supposedly.
Yeah.
You understand? The least qualified is Peter Obi. But then he has a cult following. And now he didn't know one thing. He has just entered another one chance. That NDC is not campaigning for 2027.
Okay.
NDC building against 2031.
No problem.
It's going to be Kwankwaso, Dixon, approach.
Coalition.
Obi is to help them bring it together, and that is why they are not giving Obedient their ticket for House of Rep and all those things. They want to use Obi popularity to get at least some people in position, and that's why they are not giving it to them. Because at the end of the day, that is what is break. But you see how it play out.
I just want to say something.
And another thing I want to quickly tell you: you think we don't like Obi contesting? In fact, APC needs Obi to contest.
Yes, we know.
Because it's actually destiny helper. If Obi has not contested the last time,
Atiku for
all those votes in the southeast, some of them would have gone to Atiku. So, but now he has done it as usual. And I'm not even sure that this guy is not on national use payroll. Because everybody is on Tinubu payroll according to you people.
So why we complaining?
So we're not complaining. We are just telling Nigerians that we don't enter one chance. So now, that aside, let's leave the issue of because there are some fundamental issues you mentioned in the issue of economy. A little bit. No, I just want to address something. See, I saw there's something when you are talking about the issue of economy and you trivializing it with the cost of bread, cost of this and all that.
You are calling that trivial?
Look, listen. You are trivializing.
You just call the thing that affects Iya Basira the most in her life trivial.
Okay, don't worry. Let's leave it. I've told you there are two ways to economy.
You people know how to go to fast food and eat big food. You don't understand that pure water is somebody's life saving. You are calling rice and beans.
You don't get it. I think the audience would understand what I'm trying to say.
No.
The point. Look, the area I'm trying to take this discussion is quite different from the way it's being taken. So let's go back to that level of just banters, and then nobody will go here with any knowledge. So it's not as simple as that. So let's talk about Obi, please. Let's talk about Obi.
You say they did not give you any policy.
Now there are allegations
Yes.
that there's police brutality or there was police brutality.
Actually, he wanted to say something.
Boss,
that
wait,
means we're
we
going to
call
take
police
him away.
brutality. Let's talk about big policy. We're not going to tell now.
Let's go.
Because what I go to tell PCTs, they're not just 1 year.
Let's go.
The year with you, they talk. So go to talk A, they go to W. Obi has the exact size of the country called Ukraine, the same one that was giving us rice even when they were at war. So Nigeria should not open its mouth to tell us again that the war in America and Iran affected price of things here. That same country was at war, was giving us rice. Obi has the exact size of the country called Netherlands. The amount that Netherlands made in exporting food last year is almost about the same amount we made in the whole crude oil money we say we are making. Guess what? Netherlands is just about the size of Delta State and Edo State. In fact, they are telling Netherlands inside Nasarawa, and Obi is telling you that I have this size of land. I can put this on the ground and use here for a rice farm. And you are telling me he does not understand that he wants to go to production.
Under 4 years.
I'm coming. You see, because you people know how to tie Lekki, Aja to Lekki in 2 years, does not mean there's nobody that can tie it in 2 months. It took APC over 8 years to do Lagos to Ibadan. Only God knows when they will do Lagos to Benin. Because you people know how to do it for long, does not mean there are no people that can do it shorter. You understand? The thing about Nigeria is that if you tell people that you can fix an engine in 2 days, they will not believe it.
Yeah, I will ask you
because some mechanics
before.
You
just show me example of what you did in Anambra.
You real quick. There's a state called Anambra State.
Yeah,
the
let's hear
students
what
there were almost last in WAEC. Obi came when they
don't
were
go there.
Papa,
The revelation I'll put here.
ask questions,
The revelation
I
I'll put here will make
answer
okay. Go ahead, answer.
When Obi came and took over Anambra State,
And then
Anambra State students started coming top in WAEC ratings in Nigeria.
after in about how many years?
You see not this? I think we say 4 years too far.
No, in about how many years did you do it?
No, don't worry.
Is it about a year or two?
Sir. I'm coming.
Is it about a year or
I'm
two?
coming.
I have a reason. I'm
coming.
asking.
You have been there
Can
for
you just tell me how many
12
years it took him to take them from there? Because
Master,
I know for a fact
you told-
it took him only 1 year.
Master,
It took him only 1 year to take them from. No, I'm just telling you because you are trying to dodge that question.
You're asking. Let me answer.
Okay, answer that question.
You have told me that it took him 1 year. I thought it was 2. Now you have even made it shorter. So
Yeah.
if I can fix education
In 1 year.
then I can also fix some other things in 4 years. Most of the problems we have in Nigeria can be fixed in 6 months. If you, in as much as I don't like Wike, if you know Abuja before Wike in terms of construction, you will know that they can knock you full flyover in few months. Now, I know and I tell they do Aja to Lekki this one in how many months. If we have somebody who is more interested in working, he will do the job. The problem we have is that we have people who are more interested in how they want to take care of their family, send their children.
Can you just go about to be policy? Because I really want to quickly attend to what you said
I was talking
about
policy,
about
not
education.
policy.
No, about education. Let me quickly fact
Papa,
check
no,
you.
now,
He's
Let
not
me
done,
quickly
sir.
fact check
He's
you.
not.
Okay.
He's not done, sir.
Because
He's not done,
I
sir.
can. Okay, please
He's
go
not done,
ahead.
sir.
We'll remind him so that
In
he can
Nigeria, Since I was born, I've only heard about 2 governors
Okay.
who, by the time they were leaving office, left money in the government's account.
Hmm.
Katsina State, former governor of Katsina State, Yaradua,
Yeah.
and Peter Obi. The rest of them, some governors carry pots and stove when they are leaving office. And that same man is telling me that he would fix economic issue and Nigeria will not be owing money. He tell me not to believe. He did not own one contractor. Now let's proceed. You see, Nigeria knows how to squander more money. This man knows how to save money. There was a time in Nigeria they have something called the oil boom. Just the way it happened now during the war, where America and the price of oil went up. We had excess money in our accrued account.
Yeah.
Goodluck Jonathan and the then Minister of Finance called the governors and said, you know what? We don't already collect so amounts before Abi, and we survive. We will collect that same amount. We will keep this one for rainy days. All the governors said no. Only 2 governors said we should. Peter Obi and Babatunde Raji Fashola of Lagos State. And that same man is telling me that I have the idea to make us stop owing debt. And we are complaining. He has done it before. If a man can, under 8 years, remove another state from debt and left money in the account, even in investment, then give him 4 years. He said we'll do it in Lagos State. Last but not the least, there's nobody. See, in this country, you see as you sit down here now, if you say that your papa born you and your mama born you, join politics. They'll tell you how your parents little born you. See the way they talk about and you're now saying a son of Obi or Fonisha, even when you don't know before. If Nigeria politicians mean your case, they'll see answer for you. These full country politicians could not tell Obi where he stole money. Even the predecessor say, we are good. He did not steal our money. Even who come say, we are good. He did not steal our money. But if the man does not steal money and the man does not fund terrorists, I am good.
Okay. Now, let me quickly address 2 things you mentioned. You said Obi turned around Anambra State education from WAEC. There were 36 or 30 something. They came first. Do you know how he did it?
You don't, sure.
Special center, magic center. Yes, this you can fact check me. Governor Obiano came after him
Fact check.
and closed down over 1,000 special centers that they used for WAEC. And Anambra went back to where they belong.
I'll tell you exactly how I did it.
Let me land. That was exactly what you can fact check that. Governor Obiano came and that was what he did. Now you talk about saving money. Okay, let me give you a scenario. You are taking over from me, all right? And now I have my contractor. I didn't pay them. You are not going to take over in May. I now postdated all contractors' check till June. All right? I left you 50 billion and I gave contractors check of 48 billion out. But those checks are not due for collection until June when I will have left in May. That was exactly what Obi did to Obiano.
Did you say all contractors checks, sir?
Wait, please fact check me what Obiano said about Obi.
Did Obiano say Obi left postdated all contractor checks?
Wait, now you don't get me wrong. The money he said he left, Obiano said that money was just audio money because those money have already been committed to contractors that have to be paid. Checks that have
emphasis
been
on all.
Wait. I'm just telling you. Fact check what Obiano said about him.
My sister,
did the same thing to Governor Sani.
If you are the landlord of this compound, right, and you are building this
right?
place,
am I right? I've told you I will not speak without knowledge.
Yeah, they fact check.
They fact check.
Correct.
It's correct.
That's
what the governor said.
Hold on.
He said this man did not leave me any 50 billion.
Let me read it here. Let me read it here.
No worry.
Hold on, let me read it here. Shortly after Peter Obi left office in 2014, his successor, Governor Willie Obiano, shut down 486 of these centers under intense pressure from the West African Exam Council, which are threatening to delist Anambra schools over examination fraud.
Okay.
That's the man that wants to
Let's check.
All right, can mortgage the life of children because you want to score cheap points. You mortgage the life of those children.
Let's check. Yeah. What's the other one again?
The other one
Obiano said
guys,
Obi did not leave 50 billion for him.
Keep going, and then she'll come back with the facts.
Yes. So now,
sorry, please ask that question again so I check it.
No, Governor Obiano said the money Obi said he left was actually left, and he postdated some checks that by the time he came in, it was audio money. Look, I said it was audio money. Just check.
Okay. We have our fact check.
Okay. See, I'm fact checking. We can carry on.
So now you've talked about that, and then you talk about saving money.
Okay.
It's only a very responsible man that will say he's doing savings while his children are going to school barefooted.
Okay.
Obi was saving money and he never built a single school in Anambra.
I'm gonna say that.
Obi was saving money. You cannot point to any road that he built in Anambra.
You cannot point to any road?
You can't point to any road that's still existing. The one people are pointing out When he left, one for check.
Anambra State still ranks poorly on internally
Poorly.
generated revenue and indirect.
Idea, everything was comatose.
Okay, I think I need
This
to
guy,
get what was-
meanwhile, this
was
wait,
speaking
let me
English.
land now.
Wait,
Let me land. I've given you time. This guy that was saying he was saving money bought 400 vehicles for Igwes. He bought vehicles for a priest, Catholic priest. He was donating the Anambra money to churches. And then he said he was saving money. And he was saving money, he didn't build school. Rather, Tinubu in Lagos didn't bother to save money, he was building Lagos.
Okay.
Fashola was not saving money, he was building Lagos.
Are you done?
Governors that have performed, Wike was not saving money in River State, he was building River State. Is that the kind of person you want? And you are talking about honesty. The same honesty Buhari had. Nobody in the world ever said Buhari stole a thing. But when he became the president, it was a disaster.
So let me
A disaster in the sense that honesty alone is not enough to govern.
Our fact
You
check
need-
is in.
I'll fact check.
Okay, so the fact check is in. From Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano, former Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano claimed that his predecessor, Peter Obi, left only about 35 billion naira in the state coffers, but had written out outstanding checks amounting to 70% of that sum,
Beautiful.
meant to be cashed by contractors immediately after Obi left
Okay.
You
office.
see 419.
Are we done? Oh, are we done?
So how much did he leave?
Okay, let's
You see
let's
419?
have it. Princewill, let's have it.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
talk
have it.
now.
All
That's
right.
35 billion. 10% of 35 billion is 3.5 billion. 20%.
He said
70%.
70% have been
70%.
written off.
Hold on, Papa.
Okay.
Just wait.
35 billion.
Hold on.
Mhm.
If you come out 70 from 100, not be 30% to me. Papa, wait, I will solve my maths.
Okay.
10% is 3.5 billion.
Mhm.
20% is 7 billion. And 30% is 10.5 billion.
Okay.
If I left you 10.5 billion, did I leave you money?
Oh,
Yeah,
that-
you-
I'm coming.
But why do you go
Why
around and
don't
say
I
you left 50 billion?
finish? Can I finish?
Yeah.
Because the next state was even owing.
So basically, you mean he didn't
I'm coming.
leave the states in the negative?
Beautiful. So he
Yeah.
left it in a positive.
But he didn't build anything.
Papa, no, now, wait. He left money. I did not leave money.
He did.
Some
he
of
did.
them are contractors' money. If you're building this house, I took construction. If you're building this house,
And I post dates payment.
beautiful. If somebody never,
And then you tell me you have left
Papa! And this is me, this is not the move forward. If you
And we are running for the past how
and you are
many
running
years?
this building project, and you tell somebody say pull light, you tell plumber say pull this one. As of the day you dey travel,
Mhm.
plumber never finish the work, you go pay full money.
No.
The guy when they do like never finish, and you pay full money.
No.
By the time you run everybody, man, say to pay everybody money, now 20-something million naira. You can't give your first son 35 million. Say pay them.
But you didn't tell him that you have because that was what the man was complaining
I'm
about.
coming. Okay,
You only told him,
Papa,
you only told your son
Papa,
35 million.
can I
bro.
talk my
You didn't
talk?
tell him there's 27
Papa,
million that
can
has
I
to
talk
pay
my
that.
talk?
Talk.
So when I leave money, you leave the money for your first son. Say, hold 35 million, right? Your son now they tell you. Meanwhile, your neighbor too they travel. He not leave 1 naira for us. Your son now they tell you, say this 35 million you leave for me, so we they owe 25 million. Is that boy not having a mental problem?
But did you tell him that you are owing money?
Mama, can
You didn't tell him.
I don't understand.
He didn't in the handover note. It was not there that he was owing money.
Hold on.
It was not there.
Papa, wait.
I'm telling you, they can fast check that again. Let them fast. No, you can't confuse our
I
audience.
never finished my talk now.
Okay.
Now you be audience defender.
The fact checks.
Yes.
Said
will come
Obi
on the
left
show.
money
But
and
let's
he
go ahead.
postdated checks, Abi.
And he
Obi
lied
the
about how much he left.
papa. Obi had always said that there's no contractor that had finished his job that I did not pay.
Mm.
But there are some that have not finished their job.
In June.
And he left
You
money.
left in May,
I said
in June?
my states, they owe the ones who don't finish and the ones who never finish. And you're telling me that
So
the one that left for
the
you.
one they didn't finish in May, they quickly finished it in June and collected
How much
money.
did your governor, Yosinbu, how much did he leave for this state?
Of course, you can go and check that.
You not leave 1 naira. Lagos was
Tinubu left a lot. Lagos can never.
Can you
Lagos
check
can-
how much Tinubu
let,
left
let me
to
tell you
Lagos?
something. Lagos can never be free of debt.
They
No
are
state,
telling me that somebody has
any
failed
state that is growing can never be free of debt.
And you're
In
telling me that the
fact,
person
Lagos
who
was the
created
first
this,
state.
man?
Lagos was the first state to go to the bond market
Papa, let's even
because
look at
Lagos
this
is
money.
healthy.
Let's even look at
Lagos
this
is
money.
having revenue.
Papa, let's even look at this money.
If I want to build something of
The
500
APC is
billion, I'm
always
earning 40
claiming-
billion.
Let's even look at this country and the APC is always claiming that they met as a dilapidated country. For Christ's sake, Obasanjo cleared our loans.
And then Jonathan brought
can
it
we
back.
hold on?
Jonathan brought it back.
Papa, wait now. How many years Jonathan used for power again?
Do you know how much
Papa,
Nigeria loan was
can
by
I
the time he
talk?
left?
Because it's higher now. How many years Jonathan used? 6 years. You have been there for Christ's sake for 12. By next year it will be 12. And you are still complaining that the person who destroyed the country for 6 years is the one that destroyed the country. And you've been there for 12. If we ask Tinubu now, he will tell me that he met the government.
I think you are diverting this discussion.
Papa.
I only for checked you about the lies of Peter Obi in Anambra.
Now let's go to special.
And now,
Which
let's
lies?
go back to that.
Did we agree that Peter Obi left money?
But he never told him in his handover note that he was owing.
I know.
The handover note did
Baba,
not
they leave you
specify.
on complete
So that is a lie. In your handover note.
And you are telling me
In your handover
that they are
note,
supposed
you
to
state
tell me that
it.
contractors are to be paid.
You are in your handover note. You have to state it. That is governance.
Have you ever seen a
Obiano said
handover
it.
note? that has details of
Obiano
finance?
said it. That was not in the handover
That
note.
in the handover note, I'm supposed to have details of finance of the state.
No. Let me tell you something how it works. Maybe you don't know.
I am trying
See,
to.
when a government is going, it's a very simple calculation. This is the total revenue. The total income we have.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is the expenditure.
Yes.
This is our outstanding.
In the handover note.
In the handover note, you have to state it.
Baba, why are you talking?
That is why they call it handover note. What if you don't know? How do you pay them?
Baba, there is something called the Ministry of Finance.
You don't get it. You don't understand that.
Baba,
That level. Listen, let me just educate you. When a governor is leaving,
Okay.
it's not only Ministry of Finance. All the commissioners, they will drop the handover notes. Then the chief of staff and some, they set up a transition body. This secretary to the government, to the state government, everybody, they will set up a head. They will now collate everything about that state. The state of finances, the money they are owing.
Supposed
the
to be in
money
the
they
handover
pay,
notes.
They will keep everything in the handover notes.
Okay.
You
Papa,
understand? Now let me explain to you.
topic
Let me just explain.
Did Obi leave money? What you concern me with handover note? Obi leave money, I not leave money.
Let's go ahead. Now I understand where the thing is going. You are
My sister,
you are turning
my
into,
sister,
you are
my
turning
sister,
into rough.
I give you money, I not give you.
checked you that
I'm trying to
Obi is
understand
a
something.
bloody liar.
My state is Delta State.
He's
It's a
governor.
neighboring state. My
Yeah.
state was owing contractors and the state was owing money. And you are telling me that a man in the next state was not owing contractors that have done their job. Even the ones that have not done their job, he left money that will pay them an extra. And you're telling me
No, the money was paid in June. There was not that they have not
they
done their
don't
job.
leave money for the
all
states
those
that can pay
checks,
the money or not.
when checks are issued, it means there will be completion certificates. All right, you cannot determine to pay immediately, or maybe you look at your finances.
And when you reach
pay
your turn, you pay them before they
No,
finish
you
their
don't get
job.
it. You don't
Because
get
the
it.
man left the money.
Let me explain it to you. He will not issue a check until there is a completion certificate issued. That means the contractor has
Now my
already finished
problem
the
with
job
English with
when
this.
Obi was
My
there.
sister, you are a contractor.
No, they
You
have
are a
issued the
contractor.
check. You
My
don't
sister,
understand.
you are a plumber. You plumb in this house. The owner of the house they travel. You know how much they owe you.
Princewill,
You
I know
can't
what
say
you
owner
try
of the
to
house
do.
leave money.
Princewill,
we go pay
I know
you.
what you
Would
try
you have
to
a
do.
problem?
You are trying to rough
All
it
right,
up,
all right,
everything up.
gentlemen, let's try to simmer
See,
down
I've
a bit.
told you, I'm going to discuss on basis of
Sir,
facts.
sir, let's
There are some
simmer
things
down
that
a
don't
bit.
go.
I'm agreeing with your fact, oh.
Gentlemen, let's simmer down a bit. The temperature is a bit high right now, so let's bring it down a bit.
This is
Let's
serious.
move on
No,
to
we are both
another.
friends now, so we debate.
Yeah,
let's-
let's move on to
let's
another
move on to
topic.
another
Let's move on to
topic.
power
Yeah,
and
power.
employment
Yeah.
and unemployment in the country. No country can move forward without light,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
no country can become industrialized
Without-
without power. Recently, Nigeria started moving from band A to band B to band C. In a very confused state of banding.
Banding.
Banditry, banding, everything, banding everywhere.
A lot of fun, huh?
Yes.
Now
Sir,
band they rain
I'll
now.
come to you, sir. What exactly is APC doing about, our issue of electricity? Because in 2023, when Tinubu, was stating what he would do, his campaign promises, he mentioned that he would improve Nigeria's electricity.
Yeah.
And right now, initially it was okay.
Yeah, for a
But
while.
now
And then suddenly,
Very bad.
every time in my estate WhatsApp group, all I see is
National grid is always falling.
it has collapsed.
Now, you know
Always
the estate,
collapsing.
too. Man, not tell you people not the estate.
People were not there for estate.
Say you know the estate.
Papa, leave me first.
The common man is not in an estate.
In
Yeah,
fact,
The
but
common
that's
man has to buy. The common man has to use
Very
generator.
true.
Has to,
Yes.
what exactly is going on? What is the plan? What's going on?
Because we're
in
still
fact, to even
experiencing
buttress what you're
unstable.
saying, right? And I don't know how true this is because I don't always believe everything I see on the internet. Some people even said that he said that if he doesn't deliver,
Now, be
that
some
they should
people
not
now
vote
talk
for
about
him.
video.
You
I'll
get
show
the
you
video.
I guess I tell you. You want to see him now?
And we
'Cause
just
I
mentioned
know
that
they trust
he
to them
stays-
for this online.
Now,
We
I tell
just-
you the color of Agbada I wear that day. Let me explain it. He
Can
said,
you-
by
can you
all
let me-
means-
can you let me
Sorry,
answer
I want
this
to just
question?
answer her own. She said she's not sure. He said, by all means necessary,
Necessary.
I will give you electricity, and you will not pay estimated bill. If I don't do that, don't vote for me for the next election.
And
Okay.
then, was that where the video stopped?
Yeah, it stopped again.
Okay. Now, let me. I'll come
Yes,
to
sir, go
that.
ahead, sir.
Okay, now, you see, thank you for that question. The truth is that Nigerian power situation is not good.
Okay.
All right, we are not generating enough,
Yeah.
and the one we generate, we are not even being able to evacuate it.
Mhm.
And that was a systemic problem. It's a structural issue. It's not about this government not trying. And President Tinubu in the Renewed Hope manifesto actually stated it there that they need to unbundle the power system more. And let me tell you a little bit. Let me take you back. Before Goodluck Jonathan, there is only one authority, NEPA. NEPA is the one that generates, is the one that transmits, is the one that distributes.
Yes.
And the entire thing was abysmal. A lot of people were feeling, if me, I can use a better pass my neighbor, power my room.
Okay.
Somebody that has a flat can use a 2.5 kVA, power a flat. Somebody that has a big estate can use a Meccano. Can't we just build power and, localize it?
Yeah.
So that instead of relying on one giant transmission system, then when Yaradua came in, they unbundled NEPA. And Obasanjo actually tried. And that is one of the things that Yaradua did that was so terrible. Obasanjo actually looked at this and decided to unbundle PACN and went power generation. That was Roxon Engineering and some other companies were given license to generate electricity. So they unbundled everything. But Yaradua came because one idiot shouted in the National Assembly then that Obasanjo have stolen $16 billion. You understand?
Who was the idiot again?
I can't remember his name.
Proceed.
You understand? So then Yaradua came and stopped that process midway. And he said he wanted to review it. Even though Obasanjo was saying, we have done this thing. 18 months after, I remember it was President Goodluck Jonathan who was in charge of that review task force. And they came back and said, well, we're sorry, we didn't see any money stolen. That thing can continue. But most of these companies have run into debt. It was that particular issue was one of the reasons why Intercontinental Bank went under. They were the one financing Roxon Engineering. And then they've gotten everything. They've defaulted with their contractors. With their manufacturers abroad. There was a lot of chaos. So now Jonathan came back, did his own, privatized everything, gave distribution to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Then while he privatized generation and distribution, they kept transmission for security purpose with the federal government. They didn't invest a dime in transmission. I remember Governor Rotimi Amaechi was generating about 500 megawatts. They were only able to evacuate 100 megawatts. At a point, they cannot evacuate more than 70 megawatts. The rest were wasted. Yet, he cannot use it for his state. He has enough that he's able to take care of his state. Tinubu was the first person that thought about that idea when he came up with Aaron in Lagos during the time of Obasanjo, that he wants to generate electricity to be used by Lagos State. President Obasanjo frustrated it because they are not of the same party. And then it was too futuristic to them. That was not the normal thing in Nigeria. But then, now after Jonathan did it, the privatization, you remember when Fashola was the Minister for Power, there was a time he said he wanted to take away the license of this distribution company. He realized that they got a very, very skilled contract with Nigeria. They are private companies. The Nigeria government is the one to buy meter for them. It's like MTN telling government to pay for SIM, to give to people to be able to charge us money. Those are the things they put in. Then the generation company, what they sign with the federal government is that any electricity we generate, if you don't evacuate it, you pay us for it. Either you use it or not. And they signed that.
How?
You see?
Were
They said
they
if the
under
transmission
duress?
company does not take it, we have to pay for it. And those are the legacy debts that they are talking about. That said it's 6.6 trillion. And President Tinubu decided that I want to see how you come about 6.6 trillion. And then you are still paying subsidy to them. If they say, oh, this is the cost of electricity, they say, okay, it should not be more than this. I don't want our people to shout. We are paying this electricity subsidy. And the whole thing was a mess. So when this government came in, they realized all those mess. Fashola tried to take it. You know what they did? They went to court. They said they signed a contract. I think their contract is about 15 years, 20 years. All this distribution company. Some of them failed. Government took them over. You understand? So now, this government now went to, this new government now said, okay, I will unbundle it more further.
Sorry, who is all these distribution companies?
No, discos, like Ikeja Electric, Co Electric, and all those things. Ibadan Electric, Benin Electric, and all those. These are distribution companies. You see, they only take when the generating company generates, the transmission company transmit to them. And then when the transmission company wants to transmit to Co Electric now, maybe I want to give you 2 gig. I say, no, I only want half because people are not paying. Because their subsidy doesn't pay me. I can only get my money back from government. So the remaining that they are not taking, Federal government has to pay the generating company that have generated it. That was so skewed. Now, you've given so many licenses to generating company that they are generating. Right now, Nigerian generating capacity is over 10 megawatts.
10 what?
10,000 megawatts.
No, it's not.
It is now generating capacity. I'm not saying
Oh,
what we are
capacity,
generating.
what you
Yes,
can do.
that's what I was saying. More
Capacity.
capacity. But how much can we evacuate? The transmission line of Nigeria cannot evacuate more than 4.5.
Okay, so why not,
Anytime there is more, that is when they crash.
so why not we get the transmission line that can do
That is the problem. That's what I'm talking about. Now, new investment is not something. Transmission line is that, you know, that
Wire.
not the ordinary wire.
We
All
know
those
what
giant
we
Power
are.
line.
This is
Yeah.
the power line.
Yeah.
Now, it's not something you build overnight. Before Buhari left, he has already given a contract to Siemens.
Okay.
Yes.
So they are
yes.
building it.
Mhm.
And right now, as I'm talking to you, it's being expanded.
Okay.
Now, this government now came and said, okay, this whole thing is even because the funny thing, if Egbe in Ikorodu generates, by the time they transmit it, before he gets to Kogi, he has lost some. For example, if they generate about 100, before he gets to Kogi, it's about 40.
Mm.
You understand? Because it's traveling a very long
No, it's because the wires are not good.
No, no.
They hit man.
No, everywhere you lose in transmission, you lose some power in
The
transmission.
kind- what you
Now,
lose
what
is
I'm,
because the
what
wires
I'm
are
now
not
telling
good.
you, because you asked this question, a lot of Nigerians don't really understand. Is it a rocket science? Everyone says it's not a rocket science, but you get there, you realize that it's more than a rocket science because of endemic corruption and institutional problem. It's a systemic problem. And now this government is now trying to walk it back. So the first thing it did in the interim, they now come up with an hybrid generating this thing. They license that look, you can generate up to so number of this thing and localize it.
Okay.
You can generate and sell to this estate.
Okay.
If it's above this, that is when it become national.
Mhm.
And that is in my own village right now, about 5 communities. Some guys came, World Bank project assisted, they put a solar
Mhm.
a solar farm, and they said, we're going to give you electricity. The only problem we're having with them now is that they said all the backlog of the money we are owing Ikeja Electric, we have to pay. Ikeja Electric is giving us bill every month, and Epe has not had light for over 3 years. And they said, we have to pay this money. Which money now? Light we no day. You understand? And that's what the only thing. But once that is, right, this guy have promised 24 hours electricity. So they are taking us. No, the people that came, they've already built the farm. Look, it's a World Bank assisted project. And it can only happen because there is a new law that allow such a
That's what
thing.
happened.
Yeah.
You understand? And some people are already doing it. Our community is not the first one to have it. 24 hours electricity is now possible. So those are the things government has done now in order to reduce the burden. That was why they took Aso Rock off the national grid. Because of the cost of money they are using to burn diesel. Because this light that is affecting us is also affecting the president. When they take the transmission, if the national grid
Let me
collapse,
explain what you just said.
So,
It-
so,
it also
so,
collapsed
sir,
there.
it's
Sorry,
two
sir.
things.
yeah,
Sorry,
let
sorry.
me just land. So the government has set up a roadmap. They
Yeah.
come up with this thing, but these things don't happen overnight. Nigerians are used to magic.
Wow.
They want it
All right,
to
sir,
happen
hold on, sir.
overnight.
Hold on,
I
sir.
feel
There's
like
a
Nigerians
there's
are
a
being
stick with
used
no,
to
no,
magic.
hold on.
Hold on, sir. Alex Oti
Yes.
has successfully given his state 24-hour power.
No.
That's
Not
not
the state.
correct. That's not correct.
Not the
It's not
state.
correct.
That's
Abba,
not
check
correct.
it. Abba built, there is a thermal station,
Mm-hmm.
all right, being built by former Minister of Power.
Mm-hmm.
It was even
Yeah.
a private project.
Okay.
You understand? That was built, and then because of this new law, the government has made enabled them to take Abba away
So
from.
why aren't other
the
states
state.
doing the
Doing
same
that.
thing?
Look, they are
That's
doing
the
that.
point.
The law has just been signed by this government. It took him just about 9 days when he came in when he signed that law. That's to tell you it's intentional that this thing has to be done.
Papa,
Just
intention
9
not the
days.
food that they come.
Wait.
You understand?
Sorry.
So that
Just
has
so
been
we are
done. You see,
clear.
Nigeria.
Just so we are clear, are you saying that the reason why other states don't have is because they've not prepared towards this law?
The states
I-
haven't
I will
caught
explain
up
it to
with
you.
it.
Can't you speak
When-
for English?
when-
Can't speak for Pidgin for you so that you go understand.
Look, let me explain. Let me just answer
so that. You go
that.
answer now.
Let me just
Papa,
answer
Papa,
that.
Explain that. There's something called generation companies. They produce
Gencos.
Mhm.
It is
Yes.
owned by private individuals.
Yeah.
Example is Geregu, owned by Otedola before, and the
Yeah.
power plants that is in Ikorodu, they produce light. It's private. Then there's a company called Transmission.
Company of
Yeah.
Nigeria.
Beautiful. They collect the light and send it to Aboki, where get kiosks for your area. That Aboki
No, they don't send it to
And they
Aboki.
come.
They send it to Ikeja Electric.
Papa, they call.
and Eko
Send
Electric.
it to Aboki, where get kiosks for your area. That Aboki, now you they call NEPA. You understand it now? That people when they transmit us, so they are called CCN, they are government.
But I understand
I'm
that.
coming. So the lights now, the problem with the lights is that private don't produce them.
Yes.
For government to carry and give one seller, they say light don't loss. And it makes sense to them. The only they
No,
are
you
telling us
don't
that states
get
can
it.
generate their
You don't
own.
get it. You don't
Right?
get it.
They
Which
can-
is the law that this
beautiful.
new
In the
administration
whole
signed.
36 states,
Uh-huh.
the only state where not generate you are the one will not follow APC.
Actually, that's also not true.
That's not true.
It is only
That's actually not true also.
Let me now explain this thing to you. You are don't let
My
us,
sister, which
because
other
I think
states have been
this
able
is
to produce-
I think this is an
this
opportunity
life
for us to
people
educate
about Nigeria state.
our listeners. I think this is an opportunity to
That's
educate
not
our
true.
listeners. Let me explain
We
this
can
to
Google
you.
it.
Let me
That's
explain
not
this to
true.
Another
you.
state
Fact
have like
check.
that.
Do you know as we speak, Lagos State
Lagos
has
has
similar
had it
things.
since.
They have the
Fact
one they are
checking.
using
Lagos
in
has had it.
Do
since
you have
the
a
start.
place in
Water
Lagos that have 24 hours like? Let's come back to what we are saying.
Yeah.
Sir, since I come this life, I've been hearing government have signed, government have signed, government have signed. Yeah, Basira, that is selling rice,
Mm.
does not have a problem with your signature. Your signature should give me a result that I can see.
Absolutely.
You told me that by all means necessary, you will give me life.
Mhm.
Today you are explaining to me.
No, because
I'm
in
trying-
that, sorry, let me quickly say that, because in that particular statement, he said, except if I come back to you with cogent reason
You see,
why
the
I'm unable to do
problem
it.
is
That was what he
reason.
said. I have the video.
Papa,
I can show it to you.
Papa,
You can, if you can come up with that video, you
Papa,
say
we
that.
are making a talk now. My problem is that this government have more reasons why they can't do their job than doing the job itself. I did not get you there to give me reason.
You want a magician?
I don't want
like
a
that.
magician.
It's okay.
For Christ's sake, you had 12 years. By next year, you will 12.
I'm talking about the Tinubu administration.
Baba Tinubu administration had 12 years. I'm
He has
going to
3
explain
years.
it to you.
He has 3 years.
The last administration, Tinubu gave them the vice president, the speaker of the House of Rep, the minister of power and works. He gave them a lot of people in that administration. He even gave us the president. The only reason why Buhari won Lagos was because, so he should stop telling me that the
Okay.
administration.
So you, now that you are going to vote for Obi, anything Obi do, you are responsible
If Obi come and tell me to vote one man somewhere, if that man mess up, do I take drag Obi? Tinubu has the
If you
last
tell us to
administration.
vote somebody now and that person plays up, they have to drag you.
Why do you think I'm dragging Asari Dokubo for the failures of Tinubu? If you tell me, yes, Asari Dokubo say, hold me accountable. Tinubu messed up. If you tell me,
But he has not messed up.
Baba,
It depends.
anyway,
depends-
to
it
you,
depends
I
on
no,
you.
no, no,
It
wait,
depends
yes,
on
no,
POV.
no, you don't understand.
It depends on
That's
POV.
that's your own
So,
opinion.
I've told people Nigeria is not being mismanaged. Nigeria
Yeah.
is managed the way the people who manage it want to manage it. Now you they say Nigeria not good. As far as APC is concerned, Nigeria is working perfectly well. Now let's remind the president again. He told me he will give me light by all means necessary. He should give me light.
Okay.
If you now say
You
unless
still
I
have,
give
you still have
you a-
another 1 year
if you now
to
say
fulfill that
unless I
promise.
give you a sensible reason,
You
Shebi
still,
Amigo
you still have
come
another
show
1
that
year
reason
to
makes
fulfill
sense.
that promise.
This
Why
reason is
not?
giving me now does not make sense for any reason. When
To
PDP
you.
was in power, anytime we say why has this not been done, they say it's because we are not in power.
Yeah.
We are not from Abuja. Just the same way I was telling you that Obi is not from Abuja, so he cannot claim to be able to fix a lot of things. And we agree.
I don't think you should be bringing Obi into
I'm
this
coming.
conversation
And
because
we agree.
we have just
We are
unmasked
leaving
him.
Obi now.
We have
And
just
we
unmasked
agreed.
him now as a liar.
We agreed. Who is we?
Yes.
You.
We fact checked him. Everything you said about him turned out to be lie.
That he did not leave money.
That he didn't leave an handover note. He lied.
He
He
lied
lied
He
to
did not leave money. I'm
Obiano.
not telling you he leave
You
money.
told me that he was
leave
the only
money
one that
and
left
he
money.
leave Which one is me and hand
He
over?
lied now.
Anyway, let's proceed. You told us. Why have you not done Fort Mainland Bridge? Because we are not in power. Why don't we have
No,
contact
Fort
lights
Mainland
in-
Bridge is the Lagos State government at this.
No, Wala. Why don't you have contact lights in Nigeria? Because we are not,
We're
in,
not
power.
in power.
Why is Nigeria not secure? Because we are not in power. When the security started under
Jonathan.
Good luck, Jonathan.
Good luck cannot handle this matter. We don't give you now. You are still explaining to me.
Mm.
I'm trying to make sense of this. The only people who Nigeria favors properly is APC members. And guess what? They'll soon start quarreling.
No, it's
Do
not.
you know why they'll start
We all
quarreling?
go to the same
You know
house.
that before, now only our family members that they kidnapped. They just pick a deal like good sister yesterday. Made this thing continue 1 year. They have so destroyed the country to the extent that relatives of leaders cannot be picked up, that generals cannot be picked up. We have so destroyed the country that you cannot even travel. You get one fact I won't even tell you.
What?
You know that as of today, Nigeria is the country with the highest amount of people living without electricity. Let me break it down in pidgin English. In the whole world, there is nowhere people do not have light like Nigeria.
Do you want to be fact checked on that?
And please, who is there? Real quick.
No, we'll see that. We'll
Country
fact
with the
check it.
highest
Go
amount
ahead.
of people living
Go
without
ahead. Go ahead.
electricity.
Go ahead.
No, not the amount. Nigeria has the highest number of people. living
Highest
without
amount of people living without electricity. I speak my English correct. Meanwhile, you have the fourth highest reserve of natural gas.
Yeah.
Explain to me how much of a failure can you be?
Mm.
Meanwhile, before APC, it was not like that. Oh. Before APC, if you apply for American visa, they'll give you 2 years. Today, you cannot even apply again. As a matter of fact, they just return some people for
What has that got to do with the government?
No, not me.
No, I'm asking you.
Supposed to take this
American government take a decision that benefit their country. You are blaming Nigerian government for that?
Before APC.
Fact check.
Am I correct?
Nigeria has the highest number of people living without electricity in the world, with estimates including that roughly 86.8 to 90 million citizens lack access to reliable power.
That is 40% of our population.
Okay, please,
it means that for every 10 people, there are 4 people
that don't have light.
Now, under your...
And you tell me something about what? Staff quarters?
Yes. You have staff quarters.
Shady, now you're being shady.
That's shady.
I'm just saying because she was really, really on the side of...
No, I wasn't on the side. I was adding to a conversation for what he said. So that
all right,
noted. So that we're not confused.
All right,
people.
noted.
So, Shadi, how all of a sudden, under this APC administration, we became the highest number of people, poverty capital of the world, highest country without electricity, highest country with this, highest country with that. Today, we don't even earn up to $100 as salary. As a matter of fact, last time I checked, it was just about $60 per day. We pay the highest amount of fuel. If you calculate it based on how much we earn.
We pay the highest amount of fuel?
If you calculate it based on how much we earn. For context, your full month's minimum wage cannot fill a fuel tank.
Depending on what you drive.
Yeah.
No, any motor when you drive.
He cannot buy a bag of rice because before he cannot buy a bag of rice.
He can buy what?
He can buy a bag of rice right now.
Are you not even
because
ashamed
before he cannot buy a bag of rice.
Full monthly salary is a bag of rice. Before they talk so now, before for inside the same your administration. Not before your administration. Because before your administration, it could buy a bag of rice. You came and you turned our minimum wage to less than a bag of rice. Maybe today I don't become bag of rice back again and you call it an achievement. Do you know that the whole of Europe put together, if you remove Russia, does not have the resources of only Nigeria?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a question for you, sir. So, with everything that he's said, it's almost as if nothing good has come out from this administration, meaning Tinubu's. Yeah. So what would you say is at least a major good thing that has come out from this administration?
It's not even just one. Now, let me say something. I said something the other time. I said, and please, Princewill, don't interject me this time. I said there is a difference between banters and serious discussion.
And facts.
See, it is a disservice to President Tinubu to say he has not done anything. This is an intentional president that knew where the shoes are hot in Nigeria. But if you have a nail in your leg, that shoot your leg, to pull it out, it's very painful. So you have the first urge to keep your leg. Please don't pull it. But that thing has to be pulled out. You pull it out, the blood will gush out. You feel that pain, you shout. It's a short-term pain. With time, there will be relief. When the president wanted to do all this reform, yes, he knew that there will be hardship. But he promised there will be light at the end of the tunnel. He promised that people will actually start enjoying this reform. And we start seeing part of it. Let me quickly tell you one. Education, a country and that is why I felt so terrible with this insecurity issue that's affecting the educational system of Nigeria. President Tinubu knew that students, if you educate people, you take them out of poverty. It's an opportunity to take them out of poverty. And then, what did he do? The Nigerian students, tertiary institution, because primary school, we're off almost everywhere where there's, free education in almost every state. Secondary school, there's intervention and all that. He now went to tertiary institution and decided to introduce educational loan fund. And net fund. I know a lot of people would think, does that they can give free education to everybody in university. But if you ask them, is the education free in America? Is it free in UK? Even before that introduction of loan, Nigeria is the cheapest place to educate people in terms of tertiary education. Most of the people that become doctors here that now go abroad to go and earn money, they cannot make it if they are over there. It takes you about 10% of what it takes to train a doctor here. It's about 10% of what it takes to train a doctor in US or in UK. Now, this man came in and introduced educational loan. With that, his belief is that nobody will say, I didn't go to school because there's no money. I thought that thing was a fluke until a nephew of mine called me. He got an admission and he was telling me, Uncle, I got education loan for the education. Go and take it now. After all, it's non-interest. When you become an adult, you pay. Be responsible for yourself.
Student loans.
Student loan. Yeah. And he applied. He said, how do I apply? I said, ask anybody. I don't know. I'm not a student. And he applied. And behold, he was given. And aside paying his school fees, they were giving him 20,000 stipend
month.
every month. So when he told me he earned 20,000 stipend, I said, for where? He said, it's real. I said, let me say it. He showed me when he got the alert, and he's still earning it up to today. We have a lot of students, more than 1.5 million students now that are enjoying that facility. Now, it has taken burden. It may not look like anything to us, but the poor people out there, they have 3 or 4 children in university. It has taken, and do you know the beauty about that loan? When they come out of school, right? If you don't get a job, you don't pay.
Right.
When you get a job, you can only pay 10% of your total earning, and there is no interest. It's a non-interest loan. And when you now start paying that back the loan, then they will now give you income tax relief. So basically, it's more like a free. So that has been done, and some people are enjoying that. It may not be everybody, but those who are enjoying it, those 1.5 million people, they are Nigerians. Now, I want to talk about food inflation. When this government came in with the subsidy removal, with the forex and this thing, food inflation jumped through the roof. And do you know most of that inflation were artificial? I knew for a fact that a lot of people were hoarding food. They were hoarding it. So when the president realized, the intelligence report that they were hoarding all these things, he just called Samad Rabi and Co and said, okay, flood the market. People are now bringing out grain from their warehouses. Grain that they bought about 85,000, they want to sell like 150. It has gone to 120. But the price crashed. Because this thing was about 30,000 before. And the price started crashing to about 48,000 naira. That is to tell you, now, nobody's talking about, do you know what actually happened? A bag of rice, about 150 or almost 250 at the time, came down to 80,000 naira. A bag of beans, rather, came down to about 80,000 naira. Do you know the next thing people started saying? Up in the north, Tinubu wants to destroy farmers. He wants to destroy northern farmers. That's why he made food cheap. The same Nigerians that were crying that food were expensive. Now, there is a bit of stability in terms of food inflation. Then if you look at the Naira volatility, before we were living on borrowed time. When people tell me Naira was 700 Naira, I only laugh. Naira was never 700 Naira. Nigerian government was the one paying it. Look, somebody will go to CBN, collect 400 Naira at 400 Naira. Go to the black market and sell at 700 Naira. Make 300 Naira. So if they just give allocation of 1 million, you make 300 million. And those are the people fighting back now. But that free lunch has stopped. You understand? This man was able to stop that free lunch so that any importer now can approach the bank and get your money. Because if you go to black market and the bank, the difference was just too minimal. So most people are now pushing their money through the bank. And that's what is stabilizing Naira. That now it's about 1,380. And then there's no volatility. The highest volatility will be 10 Naira, 15 Naira, and all those things. So you can plan now. Nigerian importers can plan. Even though our people still refuse to bring down their prices. I have a friend who is a big importer. He told me something. He said, look, let me tell you the truth. He hates Tinubu. You understand? He said, but let me tell you the truth. In as much as we hate this government, you know, our people are profiteering. That the kind of profit people are making is insane. He said, people are still calculating importation costs at 1,800. Even though they said it can still go up. Even though this thing has stabilized now for more than a year at 1,300 to below 1,005. He said, but this month, the day he was telling me, he said, I'm bringing my calculation back to 1,005. He said, he said, look, why people are not feeling this thing is that our people are not bringing down the prices. They are profiteering.
They are living it where it is.
And if you look at sensational lifestyle now, you see the way people live now, you'll be wondering, where is this money coming from? Look at cars being bought, look at the houses being bought, being built. So this government has actually brought prosperity, but some people are holding it from dovetailing to the common man. So that is that about this thing. And you've talked about health services. Do you know for a fact, and I know this for a fact, Nigeria health services, as bad as it is, right, in terms of access, is better than UK. If you are sick in United Kingdom, in UK, before you can see a doctor, they may not give you like 2 weeks, except it's an emergency. Ambulance brings you. That's why you can go to hospital. I have a son in UK and he told me what they face. Some people now, when they want to do surgery, they will just book here, they will come to Nigeria and do their surgery. Because government has created an enabling environment for such a thing. And when you talk about unemployment, I keep telling people, government cannot employ. How many people can be in the civil service? Government doesn't need to employ anybody. What government needs to do is to create enabling environment for businesses to thrive so that employment can be driven.
Are they doing that?
What you are doing here is government that employs you.
No.
What they needed to do is, like he said, give us electricity, give us security, and then give us infrastructure. And that is what infrastructure, Tinubu has taken it up. Do you know how many virgin roads being built? We all know about Lagos Calabar. I'm enjoying it because I go to Epe now. I don't go through Djibouti.
I'm enjoying it. Yes.
I'm enjoying it. You understand? Lagos Calabar is the Virgin Road. Now, the same thing, Sokoto Badagry, they've started from Sokoto. They've started that of Badagry too. Some people are already enjoying. They are Nigerians. They are feeling it. That is infrastructure. For many years, most other governments were afraid to take on this Janjasi project. But Tinubu is able to take it up now because now the ratio of our debt servicing from 97% or thereabout has dropped to less than 50%. The revenue we're getting that we're using to service debt. So it can free some revenue. And when people tell me, why is he still borrowing to do all this thing? I just look at them. Are you silly? If I'm earning 30 million naira every month and I have a project of 200 million naira that I want to do, am I going to say until I save 30 million to 200 before I do it? I'll go to the bank and borrow the money. Because by the time I save that 200 million, that project may be about 300 million at that time. Inflation. So what government is doing now, every government that has developed their country, they borrow heavily. United States is doing it, UK is doing it, everybody is doing it. And we have somebody now that is doing it, but when he borrows, he applies directly to what they want to do. So infrastructural development in Nigeria is everywhere. If you go to Enugu Port Harcourt Road, has just been built. You understand? The access road to the second Niger bridge, over 700 billion watt, has just been built. They've started it. You understand? So this man is intentional about everywhere in Nigeria now, they are building roads. And these are long-lasting roads. And do you know another thing he did? He didn't import the bitumen. They went concrete because there is cement in Nigeria. You understand? So rather than putting pressure on our forest thing. Now, another thing I want to tell you is about, do you know Dangote refinery, if Tinubu has not become president, may not take off because it cannot survive under subsidy regime. Because how the subsidy regime works, you deliver maybe 1 million liters of petrol. Government will say this are the amount you can sell. You now apply to government to pay you the difference. That application for next 1 year, you may not get your money. Yes. A lot of backlog of subsidy. And that was when NNPC, for more than a year, NNPC was not paying Nigerian government a dime. They said we are using that money to pay subsidy. Later, they take future sales on our crude oil. They sold in future like a year or 2 years that they said we use the money. They sold it. The money didn't come back to the state. They said we use it to pay subsidy. You understand? This man take away that thing and then was able to free us. At least NNPC is now contributing his own into the national cost. So if you look at that area too, that has freed this thing. Dangote refinery, when Dangote will have had issue with this Iran this thing, but why the price is still a bit low the way it is? Because what we are buying here is even relatively low compared to other African countries, compared to every other countries. What he did was that he's buying crude in Nigeria in naira. That reduces the stress on dollar exchange. But we should not forget, as he's buying from Nigeria, he still must buy from international market because of blending.
No?
Understand? No, it is. Go and check.
I studied chemical engineering.
They buy crude oil from US. Why is US buying crude oil from Nigeria? Their refinery they have crude in America. Why are they still buying from Nigeria?
I just want to finish so I can answer.
You understand? Dangote refinery is still buying crude from other places. And even the one Nigeria is selling to, even though it's in naira, it's had to be converted to the dollar. Because Nigeria is a member of OPEC, you can't sell lower than OPEC this thing.
All right, thank you very much,
so
sir.
Those are the things, if you tell me to go on and on, in every facet of life, in every sector of the economy, Tinubu government has touched everywhere. Can it do more? Yes.
All right. Let's have final thoughts.
Okay, beautiful. I'll start from the surgery. The first one of removing subsidy. Everybody who contested the last election agreed.
No, except one person. He said he will not do it.
They tell people that contested the last election. I don't know the rest people who they
No,
call.
it's
I don't know the rest people that they call. The people that contested the last election agreed that they were going to remove subsidy.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I don't even agree you should remove subsidy.
Okay.
Right? Like I said, it's simple. This is the president. Fuel is supposed to be 10 naira. He says, I'll pay 6 naira so that Nigerians can buy it 4 naira. But that uncle bought 100 liters. Come to meet you and say, I bought the 100 liters to sell to Nigerians. So you are giving me my 6 naira. You can't give him. Instead of him to now sell the fuel to Nigeria, you carry and pass truck, go Benin Republic. Who is supposed to stop the truck from going out? Government. Now, instead of government to now say, okay, this is a security loophole, decided to punish Nigerians directly and remove it. The only thing, Demola was benefiting has been removed. So now, Demola has to buy fuel very high. But let's even proceed. If you must remove subsidy, if I'm the president or you're the father of the house, you want to remove subsidy, you look and say, this fuel, now they get light, Now they take the transport to. Now they take they run hospital health to. Now this big will go on them money where they're supposed to do other things. They will be spending on the fuel. You know what you do? You create something called a cushioning effect. You make sure that they don't even have money to pay health again, so that if they buy the fuel, no to hit them. You make sure that the school fee, you don't get way be so that no to hit them. But you know what the man did? He removed fuel, he removed health. Everything fly up.
No, there was no subsidy on health.
I'm coming.
Nothing was removed.
I'm coming. So I'm going to count the exact places, right? You removed it from fuel. You removed it from light. And removed it from the dollar.
No, light is not for common people. It's only you that are paying back.
Light is not for common people.
The light they took off, the light is removed from. It's for people like you. The common people are still paying what they're paying. You are living in Magodo now. That's why you are paying higher now.
Let's hear him, sir.
There's somewhere called the Kosiketu. I lived in Ketu. There's a place in Ketu called Agboi. Light increase Agboi. Let me explain how bad it is for you. Yeah. Now, like where Ketu, I lived by the river bank. There was a time where, till now, all those houses by the river banks no get soak away. Everything goes straight to the water. During the rainy season, the water will come up. Right? They pay highlights.
They are paying premium there?
Every light bill in normal areas went up, especially for us in Lagos. How do you remove subsidy from everything at the same time? Now, we did not tell you not to remove subsidy from even the dollar. Even the dollar, now they go to the bank, collect it at bank rate, and go and sell it at the bank. Black market. Who gave it to them at the bank at bank rate? The man you call the CBN governor. Who appoint her back to the government? Same failure of government. And instead of this to fix your failures, you decided to punish Nigerians. And it makes sense to you. No problem. We will take it. You understand? She means for a short time. See, as the MD of this company day, yeah? If it turn and say salary no day, things they bad. Everybody hold on for 6 months. And with they hold on, we go understand why we they hold on. But why would they hold on? He used to go to Ghana before for holiday. He upgraded to Paris. And he expects us to hold on. As they remove subsidy, what would they complain? Baba started, Senate said the Prado that they drive before, said they don't want Prado again. They now want Land Cruiser brand new. It was approved. I thought we didn't have money.
Baba cannot approve it. They approve it themselves.
What will be there again?
The president has no power
Baba,
to
the
approve
Senate
for
speaker,
them.
the speaker of the Senate
president
he
now.
cap na Baba handcuff.
It doesn't matter.
I'm trying to explain to you.
You can be my fan. I don't have hold on you.
Shebi was an
You don't understand we're running a federal
Papa, you know
system
the
of
talk, I no
government.
cut you.
It's a federal system of
Man,
government.
finish
Don't
my own.
misinform people.
Papa, you feel beg me, man, no cut you.
Okay.
And the people we approve am are APC members.
And they are PDP too. They collected their own.
As of today, even Labour Party where we say we vote for. All of it.
Now
So
that one
I need
bend
Baba
people
to understand that I'm complaining about government, not just APC.
Generally.
The reason why it is hitting at APC is because APC owns 31 states as of today.
Just now.
Yeah. Now, you did all this and expect Nigerians to understand that things will be better. The truth is it will not be better because it will get worse if you continue it like that. Do you know that the first year of Tinubu's administration, he spent more time outside Nigeria than in Nigeria? If you continue it like that...
That is not true.
No, well, we'll check him again. It's very simple. Let's move to the next one. Food inflation. You see, every time we talk about food inflation, they are quick to call rice and beans. What about egg?
Egg is 200 naira each.
How much is meat?
Meat is not affordable right now.
Meat is for luxurious human being in a country that has more resources than the whole Europe. And it makes sense to some people. Now, let's even talk about the farm. See, when I grew up, I knew that my grandmother was a poor woman. But if you mistakenly go me mama, now food be your problem. You'll sure up die. Food has never been the problem of the people in that side. Because they can enter farm and farm. Today, they have problem of food. Because the easiest place to die
It's on the farm.
It's on the farm.
is on the farm. So while you did not just hit the economy hard, you are doing nothing about my
Production.
security matter.
Insecurity.
This Oyo State won't even open our eye. We they complain say they behead somebody, they do primary. First lady, they post also primary picture. At least you even know that we had the first lady that can cry. If she could not do anything, at least you could shout there is God. This one, they throw party. There was a DJ yesterday, serious party in the name of say that they do one this thing, inaugurate one
That
thing.
was not a party.
To you, the Washington Day song was playing. If you go back, the video is on her right. If you go
That
back,
was not
when she wanted to come in, it was in a serious dancing. In fact, her first word on that thing, there's no way you play Washington Day song, I will not dance. The first lady of it, that's her first statement. Let's proceed. Because it makes sense to her. Oh. It makes sense to her. Let's proceed. Nail Fund. You see, Nail Fund is one of the best things of this administration. For me, I'm not a Tinubu hater. when Tinubu was coming into government, there was one thing in my head. I said, even if it will be no win, so far no be a takeover, I am fine. We did not expect this level of failure. You understand?
No.
There's nobody that is totally bad. Even Abasha. Did you see when Babangida was launching his book? People had good things to say about him. Even the devil people will talk good things about him. So Never Fund is a good one, right? It's a very good one. But when you help them pay their school fee and you give them 20,000 per month, what about their hostel bill? It doubled. Sometimes it's even tripled. Did you help them pay that too? So you gave them shoe and removed some of their legs. And it makes sense to them. Let's proceed. Government cannot employ everybody, just bring a working system. You see, we want to work in Nigeria. We want to fix things. But if you think I'm joking, I heard recently that the president got some people in China to supply eggs to Nigeria, whatever it is. I'm going to research that news. Go and try building a poultry. The first problem you have is government. They fight you with everything. They have given some people power that they call Agbero. Those ones will come. They have given some power that they call local government. They will come. They have given some power that they call state government. They will come. Everybody will come for you and tell us that you are creating an enabling system. How does that even make sense to you? If you try to produce nylon today, I have friends that when we were going on, their fathers were producing tissue paper. One was producing paper. One was producing nylon. As I'm talking to you, the one producing nylon has stopped. You know why? It is cheaper to import nylon than to produce it here. And do you know why it's cheaper?
Why?
There are countries that give their citizens loan in single digits. Loan in Nigeria is about 30%. So if I give you 100 million, I owe me 130. Explain to me what business am I supposed to do again? Meanwhile, the Baba when they borrow is single digit. May give us now. It's saying at 30%.
It's not the one giving loan.
Sorry, who owns the central bank again?
The central bank is not going to give you loan. Let me tell you something.
Sorry, and come back.
He's not done, sir.
Who sets the loan limits again? Let's proceed. Dangote refinery would not have survived on that subsidy. It's simple. When Dangote refinery for you go buy them for the real amount so you take the buy them from Malta, and government will give you a subsidy. How does that affect the refinery? No, carry money, go Malta. They'll give you 1 million liters. When you reach here, tell government how much you buy. They will pay you the subsidy. They'll pay you the subsidy, and then you sell to Nigeria. It's the same thing. Government has every problem we have today as in Nigeria is majorly the government. I was at KECAS some few weeks ago, and they brought a politician to come and explain to us why things are hard. And in his head, Nigeria is doing very well. You know how he explained it? He said, go to the club. People are balling. That tells you the mood
Are
of
you
people.
serious?
Wow.
That tells you the mood of people. Yes, so he said, go to the club. People are balling. He said they are doing parties every day. Baba, who they ball for club again? Not be your old boys. Who they do party any again? Do you know that today, if you are a doctor in Nigeria and you want to be a proper doctor upright, you will never drive car till you die. Your salary is about 270,000. Now, if you get luck, if you upgrade you where you could collect like 500K. In a year, you are on 6 million. In 10 years, you are on 60 million. The cheapest car you can get today, not be new to Kumbo. So you want to buy the one where they do like 10 years ago is 15 million.
So,
Okay.
so where do we go? Where do
Yeah,
we
we
go
just
from
want your
here?
final
We just
thoughts
want to
because we
wrap
have to
So
wrap
where
we have
do
to
we
wrap
go
up.
from here, sir?
Okay, now, Princewill, I really appreciate you speak like a Nigerian, and I mean, you are patriotic because I can see that patriotism in you, and it's good to actually call out the government. But then, as we are calling out the government, let's give credit where it is due. The only thing I always object to is when people say this government is doing nothing. And then another thing I want you to know, while vilifying this government, we should be praising this president. You know why? He's taking out decisions that he knew would elicit this kind of comments that may cost him a second time. But he knew he has to do it because that is the right role of a statesman. You have to take difficult decisions in order to move your country forward. If he wants to do like everybody is doing, he will just pretend and then he will also boil it over, let everything be cheap, let me get my second time. But it's not it. He said, I will do this. Everything he has done, he said it when he was campaigning. Not that when he got there, he started doing all that.
But did Tinubu say anything when he was campaigning?
That he said everything that he was going to remove subsidy.
But that's the only thing he said. The next one is the Miloko. He didn't tell us anything.
No. Maybe you are not listening to him. Probably you are listening to Obi and getting carried away. And most of you are saying blah blah. You know, you are
because of the things he said.
Because unfortunately for you, you get carried away with the social media banter. You are actually talking about a man that rose to become a treasurer of Mobile, A
That's
man
what I was saying about
that is the architect of the modern Lagos. Do you know what this man did to stop encroachment of
Yeah.
of
He
the
got
ocean
his
in,
guys
in
company.
Lagos?
He got his guys coming
It
to come
doesn't
and make
matter.
money.
It's also a visionary that can do what he has done. And then there's no encroachment of the sea on Victoria Island anymore. This man is always intentional in Lekki Free Trade Zone idea. This man is a man of idea.
Papa,
And he has brought
understand that I have to be alive.
when
to
he
hear
when
the
he
story you're
when he
telling
was
me.
governor of Lagos
We are-
State, when he was governor of Lagos State, the first 6 months, people were, I know a newspaper, PM News, he said, Tinubu, run, leave government. Because that was when he started coming up with all these reforms.
Yes.
They were actually, all the papers were lambasting him. But now he left Lagos and left it under the care of Fashola, who was the actualizer. And Fashola said it everywhere. Everything I've done is in the blueprint handed over to me.
But you know, say they also fight because
Wait now,
everybody
wait,
that have
wait,
visits
wait.
Lagos, he fight with Tinubu to do am.
Look, the politicians will always disagree. That is part of politicking. They will disagree and they agree. And one of the Tinubu's legacy is Fashola. That is one of his
Does
biggest
Fashola know
legacies.
this?
Your final thoughts.
You
Sir, your
understand?
final
So
thoughts.
what I'm saying in other words is that, yes, we all know that wherever there's going to be reform, anywhere in the world, there are always difficulties. But at the end of the day, there is always the light at the end of the tunnel. Nigeria is getting out of that darkness, and Nigeria is going to actually survive. The only slide, the only blight on our white people right now is this insecurity. It's insecurity that is causing food shortages because farmers cannot go to the farms anymore. It's insecurity. Do you know, even this transmission, do you see them destroying some transmission lines, towers? They destroyed some about 2 days ago. All this insecurity. But I know at the end of the day, these terrorists are not bigger than the Nigerian government.
Okay.
And then we will overcome.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
let's move to you.
I'll say an amen to that.
So, last but not the least, like I said, the body language and actions of this government is more in favor of the terrorists than even us as the citizens. I'm not sure you have seen anywhere where terrorists attack community. You can see army stand, fight them in the heat of the moment. I'm not sure you have ever seen it, but we've seen where army escort them come, like in Plateau State. So when you explain these things to me, it really does not add up. But finally, what we're just telling the government is simple. Before you fix economy, just secure my life first. People cannot be dying, you are doing party and explain to me that things are going to be better. Yeah, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. How long is the tunnel? I have just about 70, 80 years to live on earth. If I use 32 to fight terrorism, how many remain for me? This thing doesn't enter Lagos. So nah, Ibadan, now they kidnap somebody.
Not be bad now, yo. Not be.
Yesterday there was a kidnap
No,
at
it's
Challenge
not-
area.
That's even
in
happening in
Ibadan.
Lagos. That's urban kidnapping.
Okay, you don't even
That's
reach here.
urban
That means I'm
district.
even far.
Who told you that?
I'm even far.
Lagos.
Basically, what we're saying is this is not the time to be throwing parties. He's more interested in the next 2027 election than in government. If the presidency was actually doing something and we say they do we go sympathize with them. Make no mistakes about it. It's not APC we hate. It's the system of government. If they had given me Osibanjo instead of Obi for the last election, on God remember, I will not vote Obi. So in case you think it's because one person is Igbo or something, if you know you cannot do the job, can you please just step aside and give us somebody that can do the job? Simple as ABC.
All right.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
We have come to the end of another highly charged and emotional episode here on the LinkUp here on Echo Room. Always make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and also donate. It's very, very important on this platform.
Very important.
But once again, I'm your host, Teddy A. Thank you to all my wonderful guests that have been here to share their thoughts about the state of the nation. Thank you, Folasade. Thank you, Moet. The radio goddess, now the podcast goddess. I'm your host, Teddy A. Remember, only the bold win. God bless Nigeria.
God bless you.
Bye.
Bye.